thread between all living things. In each lung your blessing enters, in each voice your currents flare. We are bound by shared awakening, by the sacred breath of air. Hail the wind, the breath of prayer, spirit moving everywhere. Dawn within and dawn laid bare, we begin with you. Oh, air, king life. So mote it be upon the air. Oh, dear upon the air. So mote it be upon the air. Oh, mote it be upon the air. Whoa, flame awaken in my blood, ancient tongue of the gods and goddesses, breath of the first spark. I call you, fierce one, elemental father, elemental mother, dancing in the heart of the forge, roaring in the belly of the sun, rising me. I am your vessel, bone and will, ash and embers, strike your spark against my spirit and make me burn bright. You are creation's first cry, the flash in the dark womb of the void, the heat that shapes stone and star, the blaze that gave form to flesh. Through you, worlds were born, strong flame, cleanse me, lick away the rot of fear, devour the husk of doubt, reduce to ash what no longer serves. Let me cast it into you. Old names, old wounds, dead wood clinging to my soul. Burn it down, burn it clean. For in destruction you are mercy, in ruin you are promise. From blackened earth you call green life forth, from cinder the phoenix rises. From ash new growth answers. Gods of fire, goddesses of the sacred blaze, witness me as I stand before your living altar. I choose transformation, make me fierce, make me strong, temper me as iron in the forge, hammer my spirit into sharper truth, let my will glow white hot, spark my mind with holy madness, creative thunder, vision like lightning in the skull, ignite my hands to build anew from what have burned away. I am the keeper of the flame, I am the spark and the fuel, I am the fire that ends and the fire that begins, by ember and inferno, by smoke that carries prayer to the sky, by heat that cracks the seed and frees the shoot. Oh, fire within me, fire around me, fire before me, create, transform, grow.
Just take notes. Good morning, Heppers.
Good morning. We start now.
Between
9:45.
We'll come on video at like 10.
Yeah, 9:45 audio, 10 video. I did turn the music back down, so we got to go back and forth a little bit on that to make sure that it gets just right. This song is also quiet, so one of my favorite, Where the West Turns Wild, or the West Turns, I forgot, Where the Water Turns West, that's what it's called. We have all of our sync offsets off. We've got some sound gates on, some new things happening. So we have a brand new 100% all new computer running our stream, and we went Mac this time because this is a stream only computer. So we're like, well, what system is going to give us the best bang for our buck? Because we couldn't spend more than $1,000, so it had to be a little lower. We had to kind of watch what we were spending, and we picked a Mac Mini. I was concerned that I might not be able to function at the level I am used to, and I can already tell you this thing is exceeding all expectations at the moment. If we have any issues today, it's going to be internet related because we're doing triple bandwidth of what we're used to doing. So if it hiccups, we'll make some adjustments. But it was not your tech skills this time, Susie Chan.
No, it was not.
And yes, Galvin, we've missed you the last week or two, actually. She has so much to say.
Oh, she's mad because we haven't done a new episode for Tina.
And no kidding.
She's very mad at me. She's judging me.
I blame you.
She judges me all the days.
So, can you guys hear us okay? I did do a test stream this morning. And I think I got everything set up just about what we used to have it, but I had to add in some noise suppression and things because the microphone was picking up way too much.
Suppression.
All right.
Is the picture clear?
Well, they don't have a video yet.
Oh, that's right.
So let's go video, since we're going to go video a little earlier than normal because I want to make sure that we have everything just right. So let us know how this looks. I know we're kind of far off. I need to probably zoom in a little bit. Because again, whole new system here. So
like you can even see the walls better. That's
I know.
Crazy.
So we're looking at a couple of configuration things. But yeah, so hopefully this is it's much cleaner. We are streaming at a much higher bit rate. I am slightly concerned that the computer won't be able to keep up with it.
Oh, can you put filters on it?
Not those kind of filters.
Oh.
One thing I'm not able to figure out right now is there used to be, because we're using Mac, so everything's different. I can't find, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's all high def and stuff. Ew. It's not giving me the properties like I used to be able to.
And Jehovah, good morning.
I used to be able to do like zoom and all that stuff. So we're going to be zoomed out a little bit. I don't have it positioned the way I want it right now. So my apologies for that. We'll work on that separately. I like us to be, the video is up a little too high. I need it to come down a little bit and in.
Love you.
But again, this is fine, I think, for now. Yeah.
I love you.
It's cutting us off a little bit higher than I'd like. See, I like to be like right about
weird.
there.
Yeah. Where's the camera?
Well, you know what? You're right, Brad.
I mean, like, it's not the computer.
The computer, we can manually, this is a hand tilt cam. So, sorry if this makes you guys a little sick.
I have Tina. Does everybody see Tina? It, like, seems a little far off. Maybe that's just me. That should be good, I think so. There.
Sorry if that makes you a little sick. That's still a little...
Tina, Mama Dragon, I want you to remember
There we go.
that she is the one that advocated for you to have your own video.
I know. All right, that's a little
Yeah,
bit better for
advocated.
me. I like that better.
She advocated for Tina.
There's nothing like manual adjustments, right?
T-shirts.
Yeah, thank you.
Which one are you wearing?
We the people means everyone.
Oh, I like that. Got my Illuminati Wi-Fi's on.
Morning, Maeve. I saw you hop in earlier. I know I set
Maeve,
things up a
Maeve,
little
Maeve.
earlier than normal because we're trying to make sure it's all gonna work.
Good to see you.
0 frame lag, 0 frame issues, and it's only using 4% CPU.
That's great.
0 drop frames at 10,000 kilobits a second. So our internet is being used.
Tina, I want some Krispy Kremes.
I didn't get my Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah, we gotta go to Dairy Queen today. Texas stop sign.
So, I'm going to clear one thing out for everybody. I made a couple comments this morning in Discord. It was not the Kratom yesterday. I did way too high of a dose of a medication that was too high of a dose. Just throwing that out there. And I might have dissociated from reality for a little bit. Or a couple hours. And my blood pressure shot to hell. Well, actually to heaven, because it was close to 200. And yeah, so I dissociated for a little bit. I had to, I was unfunctional. There was no way I could have done the stream last night. Apocrypha I had to cancel last minute on Adius, so that was my fault last night. But I learned some things about my body and doing things and making adjustments. So yes, the learning was real yesterday. But thankfully we followed the safety processes and had things in place to where it didn't go bad. But it did certainly chill out my desire to continue the therapy at the level I was at.
Yeah, I would say just be aware of the possible side effects of SSRIs. That is a valid point.
Yep. There's some things that nursing has taught me that I should have paid more attention to that would have made it a lot better. And I did not use that knowledge safely. So, but I was at least aware and enough to know when judgments needed changed. I don't think that's funny.
Sorry, I'm not laughing about that.
Sounds like you are.
Blood pressure.
That wasn't funny.
No, that wasn't funny. I don't know why I'm laughing, actually. I feel very tickled. I'm not laughing at that. I really don't know why I'm laughing.
We're about to have our first fight, y'all, on camera.
We haven't fought in 20 years, 19 years. Why would we now?
Because you're laughing at me. Yeah, I know. There are no shows. Which is not fun. But oh. Oh yeah. What happened here? All right, you talk about what books and stuff you're reading while I figure out. I just made a change in here and I think I did it wrong.
Okay. Can we show the tarot card so I can show the book I just finished? I want to show the book I just finished. And
you're going to need to give me a second on that. This should be next I go.
okay.
Yes, you should be able to do it now.
Alrighty. Let me talk about some of the books I'm reading here. The first book I'm reading is Hardwiring Happiness by Rick Hansen. And this is about changing the way we think, going from a reactive mindset to a responsive mindset. It's very helpful so far, so I'm trying to rewire my brain. And so far it's pretty good. I'm basically getting into just almost halfway through and kind of just getting into now down to the how to hardwire happiness, or what he likes to call taking in the good. And I just finished a Mitch Albom book for One More Day. Oh, it's a good book. If you imagine, it's about a man whose life kind of takes a downturn and nothing's going right for him. He tries to kill himself. He doesn't, but he gets one more day with a loved one that had passed on and gets to say some things and do some things with a departed loved one that gives him one more day. And it's a reminder to take advantage of every interaction, phone call, visit that you can now, because we really don't get one more day like this. It's a very good story. I have just started this morning the book that Paranormal recommended called For the Fans. It's a nasty book, and I'm in the need for a nasty book. So I look forward to reading this.
Oh, I just call it a nasty book. It's a lot more than that.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you do.
I know it's a love story.
Spicy.
It's forbidden with stepbrothers, and that part's kind of exciting. But then we also got the book that Ben Jehovah recommended. Name is Ben Jehovah. St. Teresa of Avila, The Interior Castle, the study edition. I've not started or opened it yet, but that is in the works. And I wonder if anybody's
You're
ever...
hitting your keyboard and messing stuff up.
Oh, I wonder if anybody's ever heard of this author or book. I wanted something similar to Mitch Albom because I really like his style. So I researched and found this author called Frederick Bachman, and I've ordered a book by him to try called My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. And it looks really good. It sounds funny. It is longer than Mitch Albom's books. It's 400 pages, and Mitch's rarely go over 200, 300 at max. So I'm looking forward to this. So I don't know if everybody's heard of Frederick Bachman, but that is on the way and should arrive today.
Did you get 2 of those or 1?
2, of course.
Oh, nice.
Of course, 2. What are you reading, motherfucker?
Well, I am still reading a lot of the same things because, as you guys know, I have multiple books going at any given moment. But I've really been into this Duck and Cover series. I know you can't see the top here, but it's called Duck and Cover. This is the 4th book in the series. This is Revenge of the Apocalypse by Benjamin Wallace. I wasn't too sure I was going to like them in the beginning, but I actually really do. Dude, Firefall. I bought that. It does not come yet. I think you mentioned it on last stream, and I saw that. I'm like, this looks freaking amazing. So Firefall is on its way. But the Duck and Cover is a really cool post-apocalyptic, feels very like Mad Max style. And I'm really enjoying it. It's got all the good things in it, that you would expect. It's a little tropey, which is fine, right? This works, and there's some really good stuff in it that's not tropey, so I'm excited about it. If you guys like novels, kind of easy to read, there's a lot of truth to them. There's some very sad parts. There's some really, really good parts that ultimately it speaks to the depravity and the goodness of man in both things, so it's really cool. Sorry, I was testing the response of the video. I don't know if it's still going.
That one's not, but is this one?
Yeah, it looks like our one is frozen. Anyway. Our little corner's frozen here, I think, but that's okay. We'll have to figure that out in a minute. But if you like that, I would highly recommend Duck and Cover. They're really, really good. And then I'm reading The Way of Hermes, which I do about 2 pages, 3 pages a week because I'm reading it, taking notes, and thinking it through to really drive into it, because I'm going to have a set of Hermes books on, for a while, and Hermetics. And I tend to do that anyway. Like I will have these slowly. Of course, I'm doing my Esperanto textbook work still. And then I have the Mitch Albom for One More Day that I'm getting ready to start as soon as I finish my Duck and Cover, which is going to put it behind a little bit. So,
because he reads faster than me sometimes. Yeah.
But that's really what I'm going on. And then, I'm going to transition this, and we're going to see Yeah, it is definitely frozen.
What's the brain damage book? Fireball? By Peter Watts? Sounds interesting.
Um, sorry, I'm restarting there we go. Okay. All right, so we should be back on. I think we were stuck there for a minute, but it looks like camera's back. Okay.
Fireball. I may like to try to read that. That sounds very interesting, but what is it? Is it a futuristic story, or what's the main topic of it, or premise?
So it's a sci-fi. I have another Peter Watts book, or is it Peter Watts or Alan Watts? I can't remember. The other thing, Peter Watts. Yeah, one of the things that I love. This computer is freaking amazing, but it scrolls backwards. I hate it.
I mean,
with Mac, if you've ever used a Mac, you know it scrolls backwards. So I'm getting really struggle. There's a big struggle trying to get things that I need here because they're going backwards. But yeah, so it is a. I don't know if I'd call it a space opera, but it is a book that I have been excited for.
Hi, Joy. Greetings.
Hey, Joy. We just kind of went through our books. Now, it's so hard to find stuff on here now. So I'm not used to it.
Have you been working on anything other than like reading? Anything you've been working on, like
I've been
internally? Or...
So I've been really, really focused on Esperanto. Reading. Lots of things going on at work. We have some really significant work things happening, so that's been taking a lot of time. I am always working on internal stuff and moving on things in my brain, but hermetics is a big part of that for me. They're together to me, so I'm kind of blending those things in.
Me amas vi.
Me amas vin. Me amas vin.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to say?
Yes.
Me amas vin, and then
Yes.
you say me amas
Vin.
Same. Me amas vin.
Anywho. Blessing Lunasa for the first harvest.
Yeah.
This marks the beginning of the harvest season. This is where the first set of crops are harvested. Early crops like grains, wheats, things like that, named after the Celtic god Lu. And depending on how you do and what you do, we did a Lunasa bread a couple years ago. We need to do that again. It was so much fun.
We need to do some ritual or celebration.
The pagan groups would get together, bake bread, do the first harvest of grain, making the corn dolls, and you know, all the breeds, crosses, all the things that you do. Really great way to bring in Lunasa if you are part of and or interested in Lunasa. It's got a lot of interesting things about it. It's basically halfway between summer solstice and fall equinox. So Mabon is up next.
Okay, we're doing something for Mabon.
Yeah, Mabon is my favorite time of the year.
We're gonna cook or bake, and I would like to do a ritual. Cook or bake, craft, and a ritual. I need to get back in tune.
We do.
We can warp it to modern day stuff.
We do. We shall. We must.
I need coffee too. My lord, I'm right there with you, Ben. In a bad way. I'd like a lavender or blueberry latte or a mushroom chai latte.
So here's the question. What's stopping you in life?
What's stopping me from getting the coffee? Well, I guess I could just order it. Would you like one?
Why would you need to order it? You don't have any?
I have some, but I don't know if we have cream.
There's a whole thing of half and half in there, I thought.
Well, I'll go make coffee then. It's very good.
If you need something, what's keeping you from getting it?
I'm going to do it. I'm down for a ritual. Yay!
Yeah, so let's plan on a... Oh, and we just went through a full moon too, by the way.
So, can I just say what I've been working on real quick? Like in addition to that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go make coffee then.
Yes.
Okay. So I've really been trying to be more grounded and relaxed and less anxious and reactive in my actions, and I feel like I've been successful. Really tried to catch negative thinking and switch over to positive. And I haven't been 100%, but I've been really doing a much better job over the past 2.5 weeks. You know, not perfect, but I've been doing better. And then, I forget where I was going with that. Oh, just rewire my brain. I feel like I've handled things better. I've appropriately confronted things and people when needed. Would you say I've been a little bit better with that?
Don't scare yourself, but we're gonna try it.
What?
The multi-view.
Ooh, I like that. Yay! Is that? Can they see that?
No, they can
Or do
only
we
see
just
this one right here, the right one.
Ooh, I feel like I'm on my stuff. I like it.
Let us know if anything major changed in the stream, y'all.
Oh, at UU. There will be ritual at UU. Leslie wants to get it up. We plan at this month's meeting. Oh, I would like to go that. I like the last meeting we got together, and I'm very mad. I think we missed the meeting. The last meeting. I know we did.
Mm-hmm.
Mad at myself. We've got to put it on the calendar and be intentional to go. Thank you, Twisted Chaos. I know I slipped up at the end of this week a little bit, but I appreciate that. I'm trying to do better. And let's just say this, in my work situation, anytime before, like even 6 months ago, I would have bounced. See ya. With what's going on, I would have given my notice immediately, not thought about it, not discussed it, not said why, and I would have given a blanket reason. I was offered an opportunity that I just can't turn down. But I'm not doing that now. I'm trying to really work through the difficult stuff. Yes, you need to go to the UU. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to put on a coffee real
Go
quick.
put on a coffee real quick, and I'll talk for a minute. So,
I'll be right back.
like I said, let us know if anything changed or goes wrong in this. We're doing a completely new and different view, where things are much easier for us that the PC didn't have. So now we can kind of see what's happening, what's going on, and we can make any transitions hopefully a little bit easier for us, because it's been very difficult on our end with all the stuff on the screen. So I cannot speak enough. If you're in the goings for a computer, you don't have a ton of money, but you want something that works really well, that does a lot of things very well, and is pretty powerful for a good price. I can't say enough about this Mac Mini and how easy it was to get it set up and put together, and get all of our stuff. It took me about 45 minutes to get everything set up for today's show. Brand new computer out of the box. So, very exciting. Kelvin, I will be... Oh, before I even go to that, come back to that. Chaos, you do need to come to the UU with us. It's just a great feeling place. We will plan on going to the next meeting, and try to come out there. I need to check on a couple of things. Kelvin, I will be out in, I don't know if these are near you, but let me know if they are. I will be in Miamisburg and Akron a lot over the next 4 to 6 weeks. We have become the owners of 2 new memory care assisted livings in those 2 cities in Ohio, and so I'll be out there helping onboard them to our company. So super excited about that. It's not a nursing home, it's assisted living memory care, but I'll be out there a lot. So just, I'll be in the area. What is ACIM meeting? I'm not sure what that is, Hootless. We've been connected with the UU. I'd love to do more. There are some things I love about it. There are some things that don't register for me, and it's taken me a while to be honest with myself. I really do still have a difficulty going to the church part of things, but I really still like to be connected with the community because they're just such a great people. And that they support the cups has been amazing. And we pulled ourselves out of cups, meaning we didn't participate for a long period of time. We needed to do that. And as Joy, we are very slowly kind of coming back into it, because we need a better balance than we've had before. And when we go, though, we always are glad that we went. It's always been amazing. So, but the Cups programs are amazing. And I mean, really feel supported there and in tune and positive. Decaf, please. See if he does it. We have a really good. Our UU down here is great. If you ever want to come, you are absolutely welcome. Of course, UU welcomes everybody. The CUPS program, the Covenant of the Unitarian Universalist Pagan Society. I'm a national member for life with CUPS as a group. But the UU, which is the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Fort Myers, supports the CUPS program, and they always have, and they've been a great support for it. I just like to be present with them, and it's really nice. And the building and the facility is great. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come anytime with us. We don't really go to the UU itself because, again, they do it at the same time we do this. So we don't really participate in the church part, the congregation part as much. And we're very slowly getting back into CUPS, which, just like anything in life, it's a come and go stuff. It's a in and out stuff. But yeah. So it's a wonderfully inclusive group of people. They're just amazing. And as they know, whenever we go, my favorite thing to do there is the dishes. That's my support space. And we need to do that more too. So, paranormal, you'd be surprised. I'm pretty sure there's some UU stuff in that area. Yeah. Oh, love. We talked about this at one point. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dallas has a UU Cups chapter. Yeah, there's quite a few too. We have more than one in Fort Myers. I love the UU group. Did you do a decaf?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all we have. You want some?
Yeah, just one. 2 hours from Denton. There is a Denton chapter. I can look those up too at any time. If you're interested in paranormal, I can pull them. I will say this. CUPS is an amazing group, but you still have to be careful, and this is unfortunate, but I'm going to say it. There are still some CUPS groups that are very reticent and scared of satanic and Satanist groups, so you have to be very careful with that, unfortunately. I do love that. Ma Petite, you're making me nervous. I do feel bad saying that sometimes, but you do have to be very careful because they're not all of them are going to be as connected and welcoming. They should be. Education needs to happen, exposure needs to happen. So left-hand path, probably not as big a deal, but Satanist, satanic specific stuff does scare them in many cases. So, but yeah, UU is accepting. CUPS should be more accepting in some cases, but I don't want to speak negatively on any because they have to speak for themselves. I know our CUPS group would welcome you open arms because they welcome everybody as long as you are. Brene Brown said it, and this is one of the things that I just think was amazing. As long as your belief system and your humanity doesn't overtake mine or disrespect my humanity, you are welcome. That is my hard stop. My hard stop is when your beliefs overtake my humanity and the goodness of people and the want to do the right thing. That is when we are no longer tolerant. So whether you're pagan, Satanist, left-hand path, Luciferian, nature-based, heathen, Norse, all of those, as long as your belief system doesn't say that I'm a bad person for what I believe or that I should be put to death or that I'm not good, then you are welcome here. And that is I talked about her before, Brene Brown. If you're interested, she's amazing with that stuff. She's on the Diary of a CEO podcast. That's where I first heard her say that. Highly recommend you listen to that. She's amazing. But yes, Joy, I don't know a better way to say it, but what I do know is that in its current state, the UU of Fort Myers is the most welcoming and loving group I have ever been around. So, I would love people to come down and do it. And if you like the congregation part, you should go. You should do that stuff. It's very nice.
And if you go to the one in Norfolk, Virginia,
Oh, that one's so beautiful. Although they moved.
Very welcoming.
They're not in that same place anymore.
They're not off the Hague.
No.
I love that building.
They had to leave because the heat kept breaking and the owners wouldn't fix it. So they left and went to another space. I don't know where though.
Mama, I don't think I have room
Mama,
for
you
your
can't do
sugar.
that.
I don't think I have room for your sugar.
You can't be on this. Sorry if Ma's sending messages.
I'm channeling my messages to you. To you.
Where's the pillow? Oh.
Does that work for you? I got it.
Yeah, I'll get the pillow.
Hold on, Tina. Now
As long
she's
as
running
there's
Tina.
something on my lap. You know what actually might be better? I have an idea. Hey, grunty puss.
Yeah.
This might actually work better as a.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm trying to find this place or a way that keeps the dogs secure on my lap because I can't get my legs together enough to where they don't fall through. All right, now let me try Ma or Tina. Which one?
Okay, which one you like?
You tell me. Come here, Pootie Tat.
If
Does
she'll
this-
stay.
I think she will if she has a place to sit. I can't keep my legs crossed very long because I lose feeling very fast. So I have to have some. This works. Yeah, Ma, this works. So anyway, I like the setup a lot better.
I do too.
And so when we switch scenes, we
Do
just
we
go down here and click on it.
Oh, that's cool. Literally?
Yep. I'm not going to change it up now, but yeah, you just click on it and it changes the scene.
That is so cool. Way more
So-
processional.
Yeah, and on the left is the scene that's prepared. The one on the right is the scene that's active. This is so much easier to see, y'all.
Oh, at the second level, you mean? Or what? Which is prepared? 'Cause I see
Left
the
top
same
is the prepared.
thing. It looks like the same thing.
It is right now because we have the same ones selected. See, preview. All right, guys, we're going to test something out real quick.
Boom, 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 boom.
So I
boom,
clicked
boom,
on
boom,
Tarotcast, and it is now the preview. So we're not live on this one yet.
boom. And where did you click on that at?
Right here.
Okay.
And it... Now I don't know how to make it...
Now how do we make it active? Double click it maybe?
That I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's okay.
Cool.
Let me see, maybe enter? We'll figure it out. Okay. Huh. Yeah, there's not an option here. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So, and before we're gonna get ready for our topic, but Mystic Manny, part of a public pagan social hour, but it's held at currently a kava bar.
Woo!
Dude, love it. We've been doing, we do our Twisted Sunday School at a kava bar. It's very pagan related. It's new agey more than anything, but
Oh,
kava bars are
nice.
an amazing meeting space.
Spiritual hubs.
Because people there just they've been through things and they think things and it's just an amazing space. It's my favorite ever. It's where we go every week after this when we don't have a massage set. But that's really amazing. I enjoy that. Yep. I'm glad you're over it, Kelvin, as you should be. People that make the choice to judge anybody on their alternative ways of life, as again, I'm going to use Brene Brown's words and paraphrase, as long as those ways of life are not pulling from somebody else's humanity, embrace it. You know, I've learned Satanists, left-hand path, Luciferians, who are most the new targets of ire. They're letting off of witches and going after Luciferians and Satanism. Everyone I've met has been amazing and helpful and wants to make humanity better and wants to spend time with people and grow with people. It's amazing. And the way that they put them out is just, oh, so frustrating. Hi, Tree-Sap. We're on a new stream setup. What do you think? Whole new system, streaming, new quality, new everything. I'm so excited.
Definition, high definition,
def.
definition, something, make us go high def. Anytime you say that Brene Brown, I keep thinking of Tina Bonita Brown. Have you ever heard of that? Who is Tina Bonina Brown? It's probably something from RuPaul.
I don't know.
Tina Bonina Brown. But I've got to check out Brene Brown.
Yeah.
Especially she can be helpful with...
Manny trying to get pagans to commit to things as a group is like trying to herd. Yes, it is. And you know what? I have not met a grasshopper herder yet.
Grasshoppers.
But what I will say is living in where we are, this space where we're between doing our own thing and doing our thing as a group and cups and you know, world is so fast. It would be nice to just have one thing that's not competing for our time. One of the things that keeps me home a lot is the dogs, and we love our house. Our house is a very spiritual nest for me. It's a Virgo thing, but it's a many people thing. What I get out of going to cups is this sense of community and space where I just enjoy it. I always have a little bit of trouble forcing myself to go because I like it here, but when I've gone, I have never been mad that I went. I've always am glad that I've gone.
Yeah.
So it's one of those little social thingies, and we just accept that, right?
Peaches.
Accept that you can't herd the grasshoppers, and you get a little different group of grasshoppers every time. But you know what? That's the way of the world. And my experience yesterday that we had.
Yes. Your medication guided meditation.
And my guided meditation experience yesterday.
It's a medication guided meditation.
One of the things, and my new phrase, my new learning, what it taught me is bloom. I literally was searching in my mind, like, what is the meaning of life? You know, novel question, right? And I just kept hearing a word that I don't use very often over and over and over in my head. It was bloom, 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 like a flower blooming. And I kept thinking, you know, everything that we have is already right here. Everything already exists. It is just transformed, and it is transformed by everything. The earth brings up the stem of the plant grows, the bloom grows as a bud, the bud explodes aggressively into this flower, and it blooms into something completely different, and then it wilts, and then it goes away, and then it comes back and it blooms again. And just the way bloom was just, and it was a constant thought process of, you know, how to really push out and become something in that. It was amazing. And it has struck a chord with me into really thinking about blooming. And so when I felt unity in a way I've never felt it before, and dissociated unity, meaning I was beside myself, but recognizing that everything is experience, and there's no such thing as we need to be united. We already are. We just separate ourselves by our choices and our mind. And that's not necessarily a bad thing for the human experience, because that's what our souls come here to do, is to have that human experience. But we have to recognize that unity, and life will get better.
Well, my first one, the first time I connected with like this little girl, but she was really like I was talking to my inner child or younger self through this little girl, and she was telling me like just not to worry about things so much because it's useless. She's like, it just doesn't matter. Like your time, you know, worrying is not good. It's a waste of time. And then yesterday I met a grasshopper who kind of told me the same message, but he was basically like, you know, like I do, like insects do, when you come upon a problem, think about it, give it its space, and then hop on by it. And if it's not worth your time or does not affect you or you shouldn't be involved, just hop on by. Hop on by all the stuff. Don't give it any mind. If you need to, give it the time it needs, and then hop on by. So I'll be interested to see who I meet next time. I liked the one about me and my inner child because I actually apologized to it for some things, and I found it to be very helping me now, like to handle things differently with other people.
Stop being angry at the person you were. Angry. Like that's a big thing. Grasshoppers sticking out to a lot of people, and there's a synchronicity grasshopper in here. I think we need to look at the spiritual meaning of a grasshopper.
Yeah,
we'll look that up in a minute. We'll get to our topic. What time is it? 10:26. We'll give it about 4 or 5 more minutes before we hit our actual topic and get going. But this is a really good conversation, and then I'm going to look to see how I can transition this properly.
can't just get over how clear that
Yeah.
is.
Does it look clear on your side, guy? Like, just
Is it
curious.
clearer to you
Like, to
guys?
us, everything is crystal clear and just like popping. Maybe it's the
Do you
drugs.
see a difference?
Yes. That's so true, Joy. And I think people take that, what you said, and I know this isn't how, I know this isn't necessarily how you mean it, but I want to say it in the perspective of we're responsible for ourselves. We cannot fix other people's broken. One thing that's really cool, though, is I'm learning that
I'm
we
gonna explain that one.
can learn and be aware and identify other people's broken. And when you fully choose never to change it, you then create space for their existence. I am in a point in my life where I can be the doer and setter-upper and do the work and set things up and do group meetings and do the show. But in my other spaces, I need to be the user. And sometimes that feels bad that I can't. Like, for example, sometimes I want to help so much, but if I do it so much, I let myself out. So I'm not able to do all the things that I used to do. I can't always help set up. I can't always be there early to get things going. I can't always do X, Y, Z, A, B, C like I want to. And then I feel guilty when I don't. But I'm getting better at that because other people are expecting me to do more work for them. Like, come and set something up. Oh, well, you know, he just shows up here and doesn't even help clean the dishes. I'm just using that as an example. And even if nobody feels that way, I feel incredibly guilty, but I don't have the bandwidth to do it. So sometimes I'm realizing that I need to be a user. Sometimes I need to be a giver. But when I use, I need to be very thankful and grateful for the ability to use and to have the ability to be the user, consumer, however you want to look at it. But I need to make sure I'm balancing it out by giving and holding space. So it may not even be in the same place. So when we're herding the grasshoppers and we're trying to pull people together, we have, true, but it's more than just discernment too, right? It's recognizing that somebody that is in my sphere right now is using and taking a lot of my energy. And I could just say, stop it, here's a barrier. But this person needs to be in that space, and I may be able to give to her, but I'm going to use somewhere else. So I go to the kava bar. For example, we haven't been doing that. That is so beautifully put. It's being in center, yeah, exactly. So when I go to the kava bars and there's a big event there, I'm a user there. I'm not always participating. Like, I want to, and I feel guilty for not doing it, but I'm not participating. I'm participating. I'm not doing, I'm not setting it up. I'm not, doing all the behind of the scenes things, which I always want to do, and at my own detriment. So they see me, or they may see me, unfortunately, as a user all the time. And like, I don't want to be seen that way, but they don't see that on my other time, I'm giving and giving and giving in different ways. So I just want people to kind of think about that, if you haven't, that people that are in your life, that they are taking from you and you are able to give and you're okay with that, that is okay to be. Recognize that that person may be giving somewhere else, or maybe doesn't have the capacity at that moment to give, and they'll give back later. And it is being in center because you have to recognize what's your limit. And if you reach it, you boundary it. I can't do this anymore. I've done enough. It's your turn. You can say that. I've said it to one of our friends. I've hit the point where I can't keep being around this, so I'm stepping back for a little while. You're going to have to find your usefulness somewhere else.
Come on, Rosa.
So, unexplained.
Unexplained.
Does our sound match our faces closely? Because I got rid of all of our delays too on the new system. I have to put them back in. But yeah, that was just kind of a thought, that this was all from yesterday's medication guided meditation. Blooming and centering and giving and receiving, but knowing they're not always together, right? They're not always seen together. And I have to be better about that. Not assuming if I feel like you're using me, I need to elicit more information to determine A, is it okay because I have it to give? And B, do I have that space to do it? And if I do, I'm going to, even if I'm used a little bit, because I know that that's going to come back to me in some other ways. Yeah. So I just thought that was a really interesting way to look at it. So I do want to get into our topic. If you want to start, I'm going to look at how we can do our transitions from this screen.
So the topics this week are different, and varied. So what I did is I went back about a week and picked up different things that you guys had talked about in, I believe it was the town hall, or the tavern, excuse me, and then put them in and said, let's generate topics on this. So that was that was one of them was going back to when you were younger and healing your younger self. I kind of came up with that one. Building resiliency, I saw in there. Controlling people and healthy boundaries, that was by someone who was having difficulty with their parentals or their rents, R-E-N-T. Places and people that haunt us. There was some stuff about ghosts in there. And then the fun segment, which I do have to call this one out, that was, I saw Paranormal Witch, and I believe Mama talking about a lizard husband, so I thought, why not? Talk about lizard husbands. All right, so the theme is looking back, moving forward, healing, boundaries, and a little bit of lizard magic. So again, welcome to Sunday Circle. Today we're talking about looking back without regret, healing old wounds, building resilience, protecting our energy, and ending with a little fun. Topic 1, if you could go back to age 18, all right, picture, or whatever age, but this is just in general, 18, would you actually go back if you were given the opportunity? And this is in the sense of, I think, like going back to give advice. Oh, you're the lizard person. I'm sorry. Look at this Mystic Manny. All right. If I was younger, I would tell myself, don't get married and focus on your practice, okay? Are lizard wives a thing? My ex was cold-blooded. Hey, it's possible. Would you go back? No, not really. I'm not. I'm just saying. Oh. So would you go back? Would you give any advice to your 18-year-old self? I mean, do you think would changing one event change who you are today? I think I would go back and
I don't know. I won't do it.
at 18, I would tell myself, like, really, I don't know, I would say kind of stay a little bit closer to home. I don't know. I would say keep in better contact with family and friends, for sure. That would be my first piece of advice. Keep in better contact with family and friends, for one thing. I would also tell myself that I'm not crazy to try to go and get checked, because
got it. Sorry about the jump. Apologize.
If I'd have known about the ADHD and anxiety earlier, I think it would have helped me a lot in the younger years, like push through and not just think know that there's a reason that I was kind of like felt really different. Would you go back in time to your 18-year-old self? Would you give any advice? And
yes.
Do you think changing any one event would change who you are today?
So I don't know. Like I've done exercises where I have talked to my inner child. That's been part of my therapy journey, my own self-learning. But I would give advice. I think what Ben Jehovah said was interesting. I wouldn't have listened to myself because I don't think I would have either.
Oh, true.
I knew everything. I carried that into adulthood. I still have trouble with hubris sometimes, and really I'm way better than I used to be, thanks to Joy in a lot of cases. She really called me out a lot of that. And early on, and when we first met and hung out with Joy and learned who she was, I needed to be called out a lot on that, because I wasn't listening. I wasn't hearing, that I might have a way that works and it might be great for me, but it doesn't mean it's the right way. Doesn't mean it's a good way. Doesn't mean it's healthy. Doesn't mean anything. It just is a way. And adjusting that is very different. But yeah, I think I wouldn't have listened, but I think my advice would be just experience things. I was so worried as a kid how others perceived me. You know, when I came out, when I came out haywire. I went nuts. I judged myself by who I was with and the relationship that I was in. That's how I valued myself. That's how I knew what my worth was based on what you said it was. So if you said I was shit, then I was shit. If you treated me like shit, then I was shit. If you treated me well, then I was well. And let's be honest, a lot of people don't treat people well. And I paid for it negatively by allowing myself to do that, but I don't think I would have listened to that advice. When I do go back and think about, you know, how I interact with myself, I'm a lot kinder than I ever would have been. I would have given myself much more grace than I've ever given, because even now I do not give myself grace in a lot of things. Like, I don't give myself space to be. I'm reactionary and moving, like our last conversation, to move from reaction to
Responsive.
Yep.
There's a couple of questions now to the point some of you made about mistakes are earned and lived through. So are our mistakes actually initiations? And by initiations, I assume to be lessons.
Sorry.
Are our mistakes
I didn't mean
that
to
we
step in
make
your
through
tail.
life actually initiations? And something to think about from a pagan perspective, every experience becomes part of our path. The spiral path rarely moves in a straight line. Wisdom often comes through lived experience. Right? So that's kind of to your point of some of you. Now we give advice but wouldn't change it even if I could. Yeah.
All right, I just realized we passed into a different Suno cloud,
What's that?
playing somebody else's Suno music.
Oh.
And we don't want to do that. Sorry about that, guys. There's no way to limit it to this stupid playlist. You can keep going, though. It doesn't change anything.
So do y'all think that our mistakes are actually initiations?
I do not know that I would say our mistakes are initiations. I could see where that might be true. Like, that, there's a case for that, I think. I don't view, I'm as an adult, I'm starting to not view mistakes as problems or wrongs. I'm viewing them as experiences that occurred. And we're going to make them. We're all going to be making these incidents and occurrences and things, but I'm just seeing them less as mistakes, because every single action that we do is purposeful, even if that purpose is being unpurposeful or unwillful. Like, you know, you make mistakes. The biggest mistakes, I guess, in other words, can be, for me, inaction or failure to hold something true to yourself. But even then, I mean, I've made massive mistakes in my life before, what would be called a mistake, and then you learn from it. But I'm starting to feel differently, that mistakes aren't mistakes. They're just things that have happened. It was a choice, and that you moved on. You move into the next era with it. There is nothing, and I would venture to say, I'm not going to go into details, but there is nothing that somebody could do to me that doesn't feel like it would be a mistake. And I'm talking as far as, like, if it caused me to not exist anymore. I don't think that's a mistake. I think mistakes are like wrongs, and mistakes are judgments, I guess. You don't judge those things that happen. They've happened. And this is something I'm going to have to explore more, because I'm not communicating it how it's feeling in my head. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me use an example. Maybe I can come to a conclusion, then we'll catch up on chat. And Twisted, I would also hug myself. I needed hugs.
Too.
I did not get hugs as a kid or as a young adult. That was very much missing in my life. Even now, if I hug somebody, you can feel it's uncomfortable to me. I don't hug well.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't mind hugging, but it's very cold.
I love to hug.
It's very, very cold to me.
I give good hugs.
I hugged somebody yesterday or day before yesterday and accidentally touched her boob, and then I freaked out.
Wah, wah.
I didn't say anything, but I was like, oh God.
Did you squeeze it? Or
No.
just
Sam.
Oh.
I moved my arm to go, and I smacked her in the boob with my hand around her.
And then Hulis brings us back to the
Um,
lizard topic.
Yes, we're going back to the lizards, but
But then we're gonna go next to
No,
our
I forgot what I was gonna
younger
say.
self.
all right,
You have a hard time hugging people.
it was before that.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So, I'm going to use VG as the mistake. It is a huge mistake that I did not take her to get her shot. She died because she didn't get the shot. That is fact. I do still beat myself up a little bit, but if I view it less as a judgment of myself and say it wasn't a mistake, it was something that happened that I now am very different with my animals. If they need something, I'm gone. For some reason, it wasn't important enough at the moment. So when I stop calling that a mistake and start calling it an occurrence, it's not something I learned from. It is something that changed me. It's an experience that has changed me. Am I glad it happened? No. But is it something I could change now? No. Was it something that I could have changed then? No, because it was going to happen. So thinking that and pulling it into it now, I'm able to deal with it a lot better because I'm no longer seeing it as a mistake and a judgment that a mistake carries. I'm seeing it as an occurrence that happened in the world. And if my belief system is what it is and that she is reincarnated, I'm sure her energy is split between everybody in this house. I still think she's around. And I don't say that just because I want her to be. I truly in my mind feel that there's that connection. So it's there. And that makes it not only easier to handle as a human, it makes me feel more connected to her and her life that she had, as short as it was. That's the mistake line. But thank you. Yes, we need digital
Care Bear
hugs.
hugs. I like Care Bear hugs.
Digital
Yeah.
hugs. Did you know there in our Vegas book and vagal theory, if you reach across yourself really, really strongly and give yourself a really, 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 really tight hug, it significantly slows your heart rate, drops your blood pressure, and improves your mental state. It's more mindful, and you feel more calm. But it has to be tight, like you really are squeezing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a hug.
It does.
Yeah. Everybody self-hug. All right, we need to catch up on chat.
Okay, chat, and then healing your younger self.
Yeah.
We progress.
All right.
Sluts.
There are lessons given by the source to guide us on our journey. Yes. I also have become to believe that in the soul contract idea, I do think our souls, before we decide where we're going, that we do make decisions and we decide what we are and are not going to do and be and feel. And I think our batteries are dead in this remote. This one, that's okay. And on top of that,
Need me to go get some more?
nah. Actually, you know what? I might have two here that will work. Since I remember where I put them. Oh, it's over there. It's in here. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm gonna have to move you for a second. Let me hold her just real quick.
Mon appetit. Of
Um,
course. Oh, my petit.
The I do believe that our souls do have contracts and that we make them and we come from the source, but that we are individuated. I also believe that we decide and people decide how they interact with us and believe in us and do things with us and all of our different things that we do. So I kind of get the feeling that VG made the decision that she was going to have a short life. She was going to have this experience so that I could have the experience that I had with her. I believe that of everybody. I believe that of all souls. And I believe that she is already somewhere else, helping some other kid out somewhere that needed me. Maybe some kid that had cancer, or somebody that just, you know. Nope. Then I think somehow where I moved the camera might have all of this stuff. Nope, it doesn't work. So anyway, I do feel that. Oh look, I have lost weight.
I've lost weight. A lot of weight.
And something about that makes me feel really confident and really good just about life in general. So
What's that?
just that I do believe our souls make agreements with others. Like if For example, there's a story about a kid. Maybe look back at the bed too. Sorry, I need to turn down our volume. It's real high again. All right, I'm back.
Love this baby.
I know we're all discombobulated today. Oh, you can have her.
Look here. You want to go to him? Gimme?
She looks very comfortable.
I'll let her be comfy.
But yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know if anybody else believes that way. And if you don't, doesn't matter.
Come on, baby.
It kind of reminds me that I think everything does happen for a reason, but it's not like fate is predestined either. I think there's options and choices and things, but there's big and little events, just like the tarot. There's the majors and the minors. And we do have people and souls in our lives that have agreed to come to us. And I also believe that our souls can be split more than one direction. Chair hugging. Oh, I'd love to do that.
Chain hugging.
Yes, Maeve. I love that too. There are only experiences that teach us lessons and opportunities. Mama Dragon, if you don't mind sharing a little bit more about chair hugging, like how does that work?
Is it chair or chain?
I think it's chair hugging. Is it chain? Chain hugging. Sorry, you're right. It is chain. I saw chair. Hello, Gemini. Rain.
I love candy-coated raindrops. Never dream of
All right, let's get back to here. Let's get back to here.
All right, topic 2, healing your younger self. What do we mean by inner child? What does that really mean?
Yeah.
What childhood influences, or excuse me, what childhood messages still influence us today? What do we mean by inner child, and what childhood messages still influence us today? What do you mean by inner child?
Yeah.
I interchangeably use it to mean like my inner child, and this is probably not what most people do. It takes me to my younger self because the past year or so I've wanted to meditate to go to meet with my younger self to heal a lot of things, but that's probably not what other people
I mean,
think of it
it's
as.
going to be whatever it is for you, but I will give you a different thought.
Yes.
So, from a Jungian perspective, that is just one piece of your inner child.
Okay.
So when you talk about your inner child from a psychological and Jungian perspective, and it's a lot bigger than this, but it's the part of you that still has wonder. It's the part of you that still finds joy in simple things, that is curious. The inner child isn't just you as a kid. It's who would you be as a kid if you had no obstacles? Who would you be as an adult with no obstacles? So when you're bringing your inner child and you are doing this thing, where you're just bringing your inner child out or talking to your inner child, it's not necessarily going back to your original child self. It's going inside and saying, right now, if I had no constraints, who would I be and how would I be? So I would be much more curious. I'd be much more annoying. I'd be asking a lot more questions. And I'm getting there. And I think that's a really important thing that is important. And I think it's very helpful. It's the inner, the wonder. It's that inner part of you that is just, curious. And butterflies are beautiful for no reason. And dancing in the rain, huge inner child thing. Polyvagal theory and working on your vagus nerve is literally about releasing your inner child, releasing the inner part of you that is wondrous and just amazed at everything. And I think that is one thing that medication-induced meditation helps you do. Like the blooming feeling for me that I got, I felt like I was blooming, and my inner child blooms when it is curious, when it is open, and everybody's is different. Play is huge.
Play in the rain. I love that.
Joy. And we don't do it enough.
Play in the rain.
I want to play in the rain more down here, but the thunder and lightning scares me.
Dun, 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 dun. I love to play in the rain.
I haven't played in the rain since I literally played in the rain. I remember I used to get a t-shirt and go outside and just stomp in the mud in the rain. And we don't do that anymore. We should do that next time it rains.
We should.
As long as you don't get struck by lightning.
We won't. Ever.
But yeah, and so that doesn't detract though. I don't know why I'm yelling. That doesn't detract from the inner child being going back to your younger self is how they'll usually say it in psychology. Instead of your inner child, it's your younger self. What would you say to your younger self?
Yeah.
Now, if you say, what would you say to your inner child? It would be like, you need to come out and play more.
Don't be so serious.
Don't be so serious.
Run, go run with those doggies.
Kelvin, what was if you're talking to your younger self, what was your younger self's favorite thing to rebel? I think if we are honest, all of our inner childs will say play. And I think a lot of us would tell our younger selves to try to play more, because I think all of us, and even more now, we have to grow up in such a fast pace. If you're in the generation that I'm in, especially the late 70s, 80s, and maybe even into the 90s, we have had to be adults very fast. I think that's changing a little bit now.
I think it is too.
That they're starting to get back to that. Oh, and that's what people are having a lot of trouble with, saying, oh, kids these days are being stupid. They're being children. They're definitely being children.
And they
more.
need to, because they
And they
ramped
need
up the
to.
tech stuff way.
Yep.
The digital and stuff way too much, too fast.
It's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
But yes. So
do you have any messages like you remember from being young that still like influence you today? Like either hurt, positive, negative?
My positive influences that I remember, there's a very specific moment. I will never remember the guy's name. I was 11 or 12 years old. I was sitting on the front porch at the house in Hickory. I was planning on how I was going to unalive myself. And my sister had a bunch of friends over. One of them was like this 15-year-old guy, and I thought he was like some like 40-year-old, because when you're 11, everybody looks like there's 50. And he came up the steps, and I'm sitting on the front porch, and they all go in, and he comes in, and then 5 minutes later he comes out by himself. He just comes out and looks like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." I'd never seen this guy before. I'm like, I never saw him again either. Like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. I feel fine." He's like, "You don't look fine." I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you." And I'm like, "I really like your jacket." And he literally took off his jacket and gave it to me. It was an army, like a camouflage jacket. And then they went back in. I never saw him again. And that, I can guarantee you, is the reason I did not make that attempt. Just random person stopped and noticed something. It makes me want to cry. But
that's awesome.
That has definitely shaped me as an adult. And I think about that a lot. I also think weirdly that the coat was stuffed with like polyester and all kinds of weird stuff in it. Because it had been so old and rebuilt. Like you could tell stuffing had been put in. So there's original stuffing, new stuffing. It was a big fluffy Army Navy jacket. But yeah, that was hugely impactful. It probably is why I feel so much as an adult at work as a servant leader, and why I try so hard to please other people. When at the same time I'm learning to put boundaries in place. So now I feel like I'm not as helpful or friendly as I used to be. I feel meaner now that I'm putting boundaries in place. But yeah.
That's a good story.
I think that's a good realization too. Thank you for that. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Focus more on random acts of kindness. I mean, yeah, random acts of kindness are weird for me. I do them, but I always feel weird doing them, and I wish I didn't feel weird. Like even picking something up that somebody dropped. Sometimes in my head, I'm like, oh God, I dropped it again. It can't be inconvenienced. I'm like, really? That's who you want to be? So I'm trying to be better with that too. But yours?
Oh, mine is not that level, but I was a very loud kid, like clapping and singing, and it was annoying. Okay.
What changed?
Well, thankfully I brought it back, but it was very.
Do y'all want to take a poll on whether this has been brought back or not?
It was very annoying, and people at times would tell me, "Who's clapping? Like who's singing? Who's laughing loud?" And they go back. So it made me very subconscious for a while. Self-conscious.
Is that why you say it all the time? Who's clapping?
Probably.
That's a big insight.
So I do, like, now I'm glad I am able to, as annoying as it is and repetitive to sing, and because that gives me, it's like a meditation. It's how I connect. It's never any sense thing that makes sense. It's just what I'm feeling kind of at the moment. Like, oh, that grass is green, and she's a bitch. You know, but it helps me. And it could be even just dumb stuff. But what, so how do we nurture parts of ourselves that never received what they needed? Or do we do that? How do we nurture ourselves that never received, things that they needed or that we needed? And then what did your younger self most need to hear? How do we nurture ourselves about things that we never received that we needed? And what did our younger selves most need to hear?
The best way, in my opinion, to nurture parts of ourselves that we never received is to acknowledge that you needed it. Acknowledge not why didn't you get it,
But
you didn't get it.
Yep.
And I can't make it. This is the story of my mom again. You can't make it right. It's wrong. It's already happened. But right now I can do things well. You need hugged as a kid. Well, hug now.
Hug now, yeah.
You needed to be told that everything's going to be okay. Tell yourself now everything's going to be fine.
I really think that doing that does go back and heal that younger person, and then it is healing effects goes up to you now. I feel that way, so I think that's right. If you didn't get it, give it. I think it does.
The first part in Jungian therapy, and really probably in most therapies, is the identification first. Become aware of what it is, acknowledge it, and then do something about it. Right?
Mom, my leg is asleep, honey.
All right, I'll take her back. Let me get my pad. This actually worked pretty well.
Hey, baby, I'm sorry. My leg is sleeping.
She's okay. She can come with me.
She's okay. Can her?
Yeah.
I don't want to offend my petite. Oh, she looked back at me.
I agree. I love you is what is needed. Something that really kind of ticked me off, and I'm just going to share it with you guys, and then we'll go back. Because I see what Hulis is saying is really good. I think really important. But I read somebody the other day. I was watching a show, and it's somebody I respect on YouTube, and he basically says, like, there's no such thing as unconditional love. All love is conditional. And I thought about it. I was like, is that true? Is it conditional? And I'm like, I think that's a really poor way to look at it, because I think it's a misunderstanding of what unconditional love is. Unconditional love isn't an action that says you love everything. Unconditional love is that you are the energy and love that you're giving out is true love, not romantic love, not friend love. It's just the emotional state of being love and allowing it to exist with others is unconditional. I unconditionally love life. Butterfly out front and the cactus is really pretty. But that's just, and Gemini, that's a good one. We won't come back to that. But I would be really interested in what you guys feel about unconditional love, and is love conditional? I think everything in humanity has some conditions on it, but I don't think that's what unconditional love means. I don't think that's what we're talking about, is that love doesn't have conditions. I think we're talking about love as its own independent noun and action. Random acts of kindness, yes, Hulis. I hate it. That to me, so huge. When people expect things, but you need to do more for people who don't. Yes, absolutely. When that woman pulled up to you and asked you to put money in her pump, I would be irritated too. Probably shouldn't be, because maybe she was in need, but it would be different. Like if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, look, I am embarrassed to do this, and I really don't want to. Even if they're lying, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't judge that part of it. And they're like, look, I really am just short. I have $2 I'm putting in my gas tank, as that's the half a gallon. Is there any way you could help me out? I was like, yeah, I'll give you some cash. I'll give you a few bucks. I'm fine with that. But if you come up with me anything other than that, or an attitude or an expectation, I will get mad and I would not help. I really, I will give money to homeless people, and somebody will say, don't you know they're just going to buy alcohol? I'm like, well, if that's the only thing that makes them happy in life, I don't give a shit what they do with it. That's not the point. The point is I felt the need to give them. And they're probably scamming you. Some people that have jobs come out here and they just make a bunch. I'm like, okay, respect the hustle.
They'll have to atone for it.
They'll have to figure that out. It's nothing to do with me. I felt the need to give, so I will.
Get it done.
Mama Dragon says, I like to live by the pay it forward principle. You do for others when you can. Others have done for me when I need it. It took a while to learn that, though. Yes. I say that to people all the time. Do it when you can, and if I can't, I won't. And just, you gotta not feel guilty about it. That's where I have a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Stop. Yeah, that she would find her place. Yeah, so true. I've been finding my place more every single day of my life. Another thing that Brene Brown talks about that I love is stop trying to fit in. Everybody's trying to fit in. Fit in is us changing ourselves to fit into a spot that already exists. It's a star-shaped spot. I have to become a star to fit in it. Belonging is an open space where my shape fits by itself. So I belong, and I'm looking for belonging. That's what we should be looking for as a human social construct, is we need to belong. And we don't belong everywhere, and that's okay. But we absolutely do love you.
Love you, Tina.
Oh, that makes me so mad, Ulyss. Catching up.
What happened? Oh. She said, really? You're not going to help me?
Maeve, I learned patterns. I learned them growing up to understand how people talk to each other. I can tell when a comment is leading towards someone wanting something. Yeah. You get the energy right off of them, I think, when you first feel it, you know? And thank you, Joy. I think you're right. I think unconditional love is blooming. That feels good. Bloom. I've really got to look into that. Like it, when I tell you that word in my head, and not that, with the colors that I was seeing bloom in my face was just, everything was exploding in front of me into everything. It's like things were exploding into existence all at once. And it was amazing. I'll share a personal story, another one. Adius and I have known each other for going on 6 years.
Gosh, I can't even believe it.
I know.
Has it been just 6?
Mm-hmm.
Just 6? Seems long.
Oh, 5, probably going on 6 years. And about 3 years into us talking and chatting, I mean, I was with him in some of his really dark moments. He was drinking really heavy when he was doing things he shouldn't be doing, saying things that he shouldn't be doing, causing all kinds of problems for himself. And he said, "Love ya, brother." And I freaked out. Like, I do not handle that well at all. And I didn't respond to that. I just ignored it for like a year and a half before I was able to say it back. And it was this feeling when I just like, I don't want to say anything like that, but what is love? And the problem was, I had an expectation of what that type of love is. And you've heard me say it here before, I have a very difficult time being close with men. It's just a hard thing. It's difficult for me. And I think it's because of abuse when I was younger and things that have happened. And I'm getting over that now. I've really come into myself as an adult, especially lately, letting those things go and really moving into them. And when I first said it back, I was like, it feels gross. It feels weird. I don't like it. But now it's kind of like, I know that this person that I've contacted or been interacted with for years actually would have my back if I needed it. If I called right now and said, dude, my life is just falling apart and I need a minute, he'd be like, all right, dude, I don't have enough money to fly there, but I can start driving. I think that would happen. I know a lot of people would, but that is love, and love of friends, love of people. And that is an unconditional love and a bloom that just happens in your mind. And it takes forever to get to that point. And for me, it was really a hard fit. And it still is weird. So and I feel and give love in very different ways too. I'm a very practical love. The most important thing I can do for anybody is make sure your tires have air in them, and that your car is clean, and that it's mechanically sound and not dangerous. That's how I love stuff. And it's like a birthday gift for me, the most perfect to give would be something that makes somebody's life easier or better or safer. Which is changing now. I'm getting more into things that make you have fun and happy, but that's not how I always have been.
I love if somebody says like, love ya or love you. I think, oh wow, somebody said that's really nice.
Yeah, it was very scary the first time, and he knew it. I would
You
not.
can tell like when people don't mean it.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get it and to understand what that meant,
And
because
again-
I had never felt it before.
And I just think like if somebody says it, like I don't really judge. Like I appreciate it. I'm like, oh well, thank you so much. That is just really
Yeah.
but I'm more like that. I'm like, ah. I'm more that type
Oh yeah,
of
it
person. I'm like,
immediately causes anxiety and
Not
distress in me. It doesn't now, but it immediately it did. And you know, my last big relationship before you was a big part of learning that about myself. Is I had difficulty loving other people because I was loving them in a safe, comfortable way, as opposed to feeling the I didn't have the emotion of love. I had the action of love. Does that make sense?
I was gonna ask you, is that part of with your younger self needed to hear more that I love you? Is that why you have an issue today, or totally way off base?
No, I'm sure that has to do a lot with it because my grandmother didn't say it. My dad rarely said it until there was a problem. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard him say it. He never said I was proud of you or you've done a great job until I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was a mistake for him. I think I needed to learn things in the way that I did because of either past lives or just where I am now. That's just where it is.
I gotta look up something. My dad died in August, and I can't remember when, and I really feel like it's coming up. I don't know if he's still on here. 'Cause I blocked him.
So let's see where we are. Fit in. Me too. Have you eaten? That's me. Yes. That's one of the things, and I know I've said it on here before too, that sticks into my mind a lot, and I don't remember who it was. I think it was Tupac who was attributed to this. It might have been Biggie, but I hear people refer to it a lot, and I'm sure more than one person has said it, but we're good. If we're homies, we're together, and you know I have this unconditional love for you, and you fuck me over, you betray me, I still want you to eat. I just don't want you to eat at my table. That to me is what we should be striving for in our human life. To still want that person to live and to exist, but you're not in my circle anymore, and that's okay. I have a hard time with betrayal, but I also have learned as an adult that I have to forgive betrayals even now because that person's mistake. In that sense, if we're talking about it the way we're talking about it, if I'm being this way, you know, I really wanted it to exist. Yes, I never said I wanted him to die. You know, just I want you to eat, just not at my table. That is what our politicians these days have forgotten. They don't want us to eat at each other's at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. And paranormal, that's true. That is very true. But yeah, and I'm getting, you know, I didn't feel that way long ago, and there's people have called me a doormat a lot. That people use me and that I get taken advantage of. And I'm like, I don't get taken advantage of. I know exactly how much I will allow somebody to take from me before I can't give anymore. So I don't think I don't know if somebody's using me, but I'm choosing to allow it to happen actively. I think if they're like, yeah, you know what, right now they need it more than me. And if somebody betrays me, I do pull them from my table, but they're not going to be gone forever. They're humans. We're all fucked up. And they're just going to have to go on about their business somewhere else. I'm not going to fix them. I'm not going to change them. I'm not going to help them see the light. That's their figure out. But I still will hope that they exist. A good example, my sister-in-law, not a very good person to me. It sounds like she's trying to be better and do better, which I hope she does. Some of the things that she has done to me are like, I have a boundary that I don't want to be around this person. However, if that person showed up here today and said, hey, I have nowhere to go, like, come on in. Let's get lunch and we'll make space for you. Not because I'm a doormat, but because people are fucked up. We're all fucked up. We betray people. We do bad things to each other. We're all still human. And I will take it to the nth degree. I'm not going to say it on this chat because I don't want to go down that route of conversation, but it extends to everybody. Except maybe 3 or 4 people that I can think of that I couldn't extend it for yet, and I'm okay with that. because I have boundaries. And I'm talking like big people who do massive things to many people. Because there are people that just are not good. Sorry, I went on a real tangent there.
So that comes into our next topic when we're ready.
Well, it's part of my healing, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I see that Susie, I agree. Like, it's, my parents never said it, but the thing for me was back then I didn't know it. I know it now, and I know I felt it too, but I wish there would have been a moment where I could have just let loose, and I never had that as a kid. So I never had the moment to let loose and just be a kid and let it all out, and just I never cried in front of my parents, my dad or my grandmother or my mom. I never felt safe enough to release who I really was. And I know that my dad wishes he would have done it differently. I know my mom wishes she would have done it differently, and they didn't. It's fine. We moved on. But I do wish they would have said it. I wish they would have given me a space where I could have released, because what ended up happening is I got aggressive. When I was 12 to 16, I was in therapy 3 times a week. I had to see the school therapist every day. I was pulled out of classes to do therapy because I was so angry. I was so angry, and nobody knew why. I was angry at everything. I was angry at who I was, why I existed because of who I was. And I wanted nothing more than to change it. And I ruined a lot of people else trying to change me because that's what I thought I needed to be. And really did some shitty things to some people, including my grandmother and my dad. I've stolen from both of them. I admitted it later on, but that doesn't make it right. And I don't blame them for that, but I do think it might have happened because I was trying to get somebody to break me down and be everything that I was allowed to be, and that just never happened. And it didn't happen until I was in my 30s. And it's happening even more every day now that I'm in my 40s. And it's an amazing feeling. I wish my younger self could have felt that. So, yeah, some people's next meal needs to be in dirt, and there are some. Yes, there are some. I can name a few.
All right. Good stuff.
Yes.
Building resiliency. So what helps us keep moving after disappointment? And what is the difference between surviving and thriving?
Blooming.
What helps us move on after disappointment? What helps us move on? I think it can be hard. But I think again it's kind of what the grasshopper told me. It's like I've learned a lot lately, heard it, but I'm trying to practice it now, that worry does no good, anxiety does no good. Anxiety can be good to get you out of a tight situation in the responsive mode, but it is not helpful as a constant reaction in reactive mode. So when something's disappointed now, you have to give it space. I think I'm learning you have to say something to the person. Like, hey, I was disappointed or hurt by this, or I know I hurt you or disappointed you, and then talk about it. Make it right if you can, and then move on like the grasshopper, and don't stay stuck in that place. Right?
The only 2 situations I can think of I was not disappointed in, other than you feeling that you had to go to that length to tell me that it was that big of a thing. That's the only thing that bothered me about the situations in my head. Is that you felt like you couldn't say them. And it took so much energy to come up with it.
Well, I really got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't give a shit.
It was just, my life literally wouldn't move on until I did. Like, literally. And then when I did it, everything moved forward. Like with the job, I don't know if you remember, but literally like a week later, everything was cleared, and other parts of my life were able to move forward. Yeah, that was wrong of me. Not.
It's not wrong. Again, it's just part of the experience. There are some things that I probably will never share, and it's not because I don't want to share them. It's because they're not on my radar to share. Does that make them a mistake? Like, I would never have thought to hide or share that. Like, it just wouldn't have been a thing. I wouldn't have even thought about it. I've been arrested once. Well, you know about it though. Drunk in public. It's like, I'd rather be drunk in the bar. But that situation was real, where I got in a fight with my boyfriend at the time because he wanted to drive and I wouldn't let him, and they caught us fighting in the parking lot and I got arrested. He argued and ended up losing the case and having to pay a whole bunch of money. I'm just like, yes, it was me. I did it. And paid $45. That was it. But I still have to answer to that to this day when I'm doing nursing licenses in other states.
Oh, me too.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a lot of, I would say 80% of therapy probably is getting people out of survival mode and into thriving.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just even from survival into exist and then to thrive. So I want to see it. What does that look like from... Yeah, I'm gonna have to fit my bloom into that discussion. Maeve says could be struggling, but I will stop that when what I'm doing to focus on helping someone who is struggling. Yeah. I will say it again. You guys probably have no clue how much these conversations keep me out of survival mode. This is thriving to me when we have these conversations where I just always feel so renewed at the end of our Sunday circle. My favorite word in the English language is ember. That's why I wanted it to be in the title of our shows. The Embers circle, or the circle of embers. Oh, that's even better. And there's something about this thing that is an ember that can wipe out an entire village. It can wipe out a forest. It can provide heat and light. All of those things or none of those things, they're all within that. This is like the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of all the aces. That's what I see the aces are. They are the raw ember of everything. They can be anything. How do you get it to the next level? Do you nurture it to stay an ember until you need it, or do you blow on it and start a fire? That's blooming. Do we bloom? Sometimes you bloom, sometimes you need to be set in. So how do we build resiliency? Teach us, Grasshopper.
The grasshopper, tell us.
How do you guys build resiliency?
And there's just a point while they're thinking. Nature teaches us resilience. Forests regrow after fires. Trees bend during storms, and seasons continually renew. And then just more I think of an internal question is, how has your hardest season made you stronger?
I want to comment. I was going to type it out, but I wanted to say it with Mystic Manny. You're making me think. It is hard to get out of survival mode with things that are going on, especially when you're economically having difficulties. And we've been lucky. I don't want to discount like hard work yet, but we have been rather lucky to be able to do and get what we want when we need it. And we do give a lot to others. But is it possible to be in survival mode in one area but not in the others? Like, can you progress? So thinking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I don't know if you guys know this, but people still use Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I think it's still very effective, but there is a new version of it that has layers where things can kind of more yin-yang a little bit, like they can overlap. So it's more of like a group ladder. And so if you are homeless, can you have safety and security? Is it based on how you perceive your situation? Like, you can't perceive yourself into a mansion, right? I get that. But if things are in a really bad state and you're stuck in survival mode, is there a way to convert that into many successes that keep you on a path that gets you moving forward? I don't know. It's just a question. I'm not being facetious there. Connections are absolutely community. I get arrested every couple of years. My proudest change is deliberately impending a lawful arrest. Really, I don't know why that's funny to me. Hootliz had to get my ego smashed a few times. Yes, sir. That is a big part of mine too. Is ego. It is in the way all the time. Yeah, and that's really rough. So, Manny, I think maybe if you connect those two things, like your survival mode is more about getting what you need for just basic survival, you probably won't be able to move into any other level because you don't have that medical need met. And I think that is very scary. Is it possible to still build some resiliency into that though? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Kelvin, that's important. I think medical is a big one. Like I think a lot about now what's going to happen if, because you guys know I'm a prepper, right? I'm a doomsday prepper. It's just something I like to do. I enjoy it. I want to be ready as much as possible. So I think about what is, my legs hurt too with Ma. What is, I don't know if I was going to say. It just ran out of my brain. Oh yeah, prepping. So when I'm doing prepping, one of the things I'm trying to prep for now is when everything is gone, if there's no infrastructure, I'm not gonna be able to get my meds anymore either. So what I need to do now, while I am feeling stable, is build resiliency through physical fitness, through mental fitness, which this is mind-blowing level of really thinking about it and how we're progressing and how we're moving. And yeah, Hulis, you've said that before. And I still don't know how I feel about that, about if the Donald Trumps of the world have something to teach us about resiliency. Maybe if we can deconstruct that just the right way, that would be very interesting to figure out. Lynn is extremely resilient, and just keeps going. Every time she just keeps it moving. I think one thing that builds resiliency that Lynn does really well, in some places, is she, at least the last 2 times I've been around her, she's asked for the support. So being able to feel comfortable asking for support and saying, hey, I need help. Whether it's physical, economical, monetary or financial, say, I need help right now. Joy, I think, is probably that is the most basic and most entry-level thing that you absolutely need to do, is take care of your temple as best you can. And that's your mind, body, and spirit. To me, I came to the conclusion, I'd say 10 years ago, and this was probably one of my first real revelations spiritually as an adult, is how do I get to the place where I can lose everything and still be okay? And I worked on that, and part of it is, being prepared and trying to do things in the right way. But prepping was a big part of that. I wanted to be a prepper. I wanted to learn how to prepare for things, but not be anxious about them. How do I make sure things are set up in a way that I am comfortable and that I can move forward? And then asking for help and saying, hey, I need it. I need somebody to support me right now. I will say it. I know, experience that I have had, that this is one of my most favorite feelings as an adult. I have a couple of them, a couple work-related ones, but this was related to cups. And this is when I truly felt like I belonged to something. First time as an adult, ever.
No.
I don't know what was happening or what was going on, and I don't remember if I texted or called Joy, and I just said, I need to be around the fire pit. I need to be around the fire. I need the pit. And I don't know if it was the same day or that weekend, we were around the fire as a group, just hanging out. Mm-hmm. Everybody was together. And I didn't need to talk to anybody. I didn't need anybody to give me advice. I didn't need any of that. I just needed to be present. And that presence, this is one of my most meaningful moments as an adult, was when people just said, okay, we got you, let's do it. And recognizing you can't always do that, I get that, but at that moment, somebody heard in my voice that I needed it, and it happened. And I hope that I can provide that to people, and I don't think I do very well. That's something I need to change more, is really recognize when somebody really needs it and doing it. Mm-hmm. And I do that a lot, just being present. Like, I don't even need to be talking. I just need to be present with people, and it helps me be present. Manny's, it's been hard to ask for support on our end. I do what I can for me in my life, but sometimes when I ask for help, I'm met with opposition and scolding. Yeah. Well, I think, Manny, when people are scolding and you meet with that opposition, and I think you know this, but sometimes you have to say it out loud. Most of the time, those people are saying it are the ones that also need it, or need a change in themselves, and they're projecting. And something has happened to them where they're jealous, or that they have this block. A lot of times it's, why are you asking for things for free when I've had to work so hard for them? Well, because we're in different parts of life. I will always go back to like what we said earlier. If I have it to give, I will give it. If I have it to give, I will give it.
Ooh, I had a patient who had a light around her that was blind to me. I found out today that she has brain cancer and I'm totally drained. Oh.
Yeah. That's very difficult. Very difficult to walk through and work through.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing that comes to my mind is, imagine how that light in her situation is going to have an effect on you and what you do differently and how you experience things, and your ability to share that with a group like us today to humble us and to remind us of what's out there. And you will feel totally drained, and we can hopefully give you some of that bucket energy back. I'm a big believer in the bucket theory of emotions too, where we all have a bucket, and that bucket can be full, empty, half full, whatever. And it's very important not to give everything in your bucket so that your bucket's empty. And it's also very important not to have so much in your bucket that you drown. So when we're drained, we have to be willing and allow other people to help fill our bucket back up. So you're our next e-hug of the day.
Yeah, e-hug, e-hug.
So we can get some of that energy back. Now, I'm going to handle it back over to you. Because I'm going to try to build in our one of our screens that I forgot to build in.
Okay. So controlling people and healthy boundaries. Why do some people try to control others? And this goes back to topic that was chat that was in the Discord this week. Why do some people try to control others? And how do we recognize unhealthy dynamics? Why do some people try to control others?
I'm down, Nailsy. You hit the table really hard.
Power over, power cover with, power with. Yeah, they try to like manipulate. Is manipulate a good word for that? When people try to control others? I think you can kind of see it pretty quickly. I mean, like, even if someone fools you for a period of time.
Can you repeat the question again? I was looking at something else and I want to...
Oh, yeah, so why do some people try to control others, and how do we recognize unhealthy dynamics?
Joy, I love that. Power over versus power with. That is a huge... If you guys we heard us talk about it, Starhawk's Empowerment Manual talks a lot about this, and I think it is very, 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 very helpful to consider it from that aspect. I really enjoyed that conversation. People are afraid of losing control. They're afraid of losing control of their lives. They're afraid of not being in control of the things that matter to them. And in order to keep that control, they will kick everybody else out.
Or they'll guard, like, people that guard information or whatnot. And when we notice this, we recognize that it's unhealthy, is saying no sometimes magical? I think words are a spell, so when you say no, you end it. Right? You block them. I think saying no is a protection. What do you think?
No is definitely a protection. It's a boundary, as most boundaries are very protective, which I think is really important. Trying to find
They're afraid. They are afraid, and they think control is safety. That's a good point. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the power over. So if I have power over something, I can control its outcome. But what people don't realize is when you share power with, you can still control the outcome. But guess what? The outcome's not as important because the journey becomes part of the process. Okay, I feel good now.
And boundaries as energetic protection. Releasing guilt, protecting your peace, and the difference between kindness and self-sacrifice. So I think boundaries are energetic protection. Like kind of like I said, how I feel about saying no is a protection.
No is a full sentence.
Lacking that, yeah. Just saying, hey, no, that's it. No. And what boundary has most improved your lives? Our lives. What boundary has most improved your life?
You know what's really, really interesting to me, what's forming in my head as I'm thinking is the boundaries in my life that have been most or important are the ones that I have removed around myself. So the boundaries that I needed to be putting out are boundaries that I put on myself to keep things under control. And that's, again, power over, trying to have power over myself. But really, removing the boundaries that I was putting on myself to protect myself, letting those go, have been the most meaningful. I literally do like putting boundaries out there on other people, and they're very simple boundaries. They're not mean. It's like, hey, you know, I really don't feel like doing this today. Cups was one of those boundaries. I like to go, and I feel obligated to go every time. Now, I swung in the whole opposite direction and just stopped going altogether, which was not the right way for me to do it either. But I no longer felt like I had to, because I was making it an obligation. And so the new boundary for me was, I'm going to decide when I want to go, when it happens. Now, the problem is, I don't have a calendar, and I want to go to the events, and I forget them. So I think now that I've said that out loud, we need to buy that calendar device that goes on the wall.
Yeah,
We just need to get
digital
it.
one?
Yeah, because it coordinates all of our Google calendars together, and it will tell us what's out there. Because every time I miss the blessing of the animals, and yesterday I couldn't have gone out anyway. There was no way. But I've missed some things that I would have wanted to do had I known them. But my new kind of method is I'm going to see how I feel the day of the thing, and then I'm going to decide whether to go or not. That's just how I need to do it moving forward, because I have so many problems right now that I'm still working through about obligations. I'm having trouble about making things feel like an obligation, and then I leave it.
The boundary that's most improved my life recently is I love my car and I love my drive. My drive is about an hour and 15 minutes to and from work. That is a time of peace for me, both. Going, and I relax. I like listening to podcasts or music to relax before the day gets crazy. And then coming home, that's my hour and a half to decompress from the day, listening to podcasts or music. So I had a friend that we used to talk every morning, and now I just don't. I don't answer the phone. I'm not given a reason. Same thing if I'm riding with someone, I say, hey, I don't feel like talking today. My ride to work and from home that's my time before work. And that is my time. If I want to talk, I'll engage with you. But I'm telling you now, I want to be quiet today. And that has really improved my life.
You know what's really funny about that? You're reminding me. So there's a thing now that they and I'm going to get it. I'm actually going to go buy it in a minute. It is for people who do home office. And you set up your home office, right? Or if you go somewhere, you can put this little light, and there's two parts to it. You have a part, and then there's a part you can display outside your door, or on your computer or somewhere nearby. And it changes colors. If it's green, you can come in. If it's red, you can't. I think this would be very neat for people who have difficulty with boundaries, because the part that you teach people is like, this is nothing to do with you. But when that light is red, I don't really want to be approached. That seems like that's a boundary, right? Because people think when you say no that you're saying no to them. I'm like, I'm not saying no to you. I'm saying no for me. That's power over versus power with. I'm not saying no to you. I'm saying no for me. Big difference. And people take it so personally. It's like, look, it's not about you talking too much. It's about I need quiet. It's not about you being in my space. It's about I need my space.
I need my
Right?
space. I need quiet.
It is not about you. It is about me. And that is
I don't
not
want to interact.
selfish.
No.
But I'm gonna see if I can find it on here. It's made for people who do home office or like rent office spaces out. And it's I thought it was really helpful. And you have a little color pod with you, and then you put one outside your door. They're like Bluetooth or whatever. And then when you flip it, it changes color, so you know what it says out the door, and you flip it back and forth. It's kind of like a talking stick. When we do the mental health meetings and stuff, I always wanted to do like we should give everybody like a pog or some kind like a thing, a green on one side, yellow or red maybe, and they or whatever, and they flip it depending on whether they're willing to speak or speak without having to say something. It just lets people know I'm not ready. You know,
this is completely natural.
Don't call on me.
We're so connected now that it's a shame that it feels rude to want the silence that we are normal to have. We have become so connected without a moment's silence between people, places, things, websites. We need silence, and we shouldn't feel rude to say it.
There are two things I need to say about that. There is a digital badge that you can make it. I have them. They're like between 15 and 30 bucks. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I think it's in the car. You can put any picture on it you want, and I thought about getting them for my team, and I was going to make my name in the middle of it, but then I was going to have it be red, yellow, or green based on what I need at the moment. Because with your headset on, people can't tell you're talking.
Right.
And if they see the red badge, it can say I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
You can do all these different things with the badge. It's so cool. And I was going to buy one for all of my team. I just have to get approval from the group first. And they can put on it and maybe 2 pictures of their favorite things, and it just will rotate with their name badge, who they are, and what that thing. So, and then you can have the red and green, which you can flip it, which is really cool. I think just a very neat way. But I just wanted to put this out there, not part of our topic today. But isn't it funny what you just said? How connected we are to each other, but how disconnected we actually are. The more connected we are, the less connected we are. I think we really need to use that connection like this. We're using this to really drive the right kind of connection, right? That's one of the things that I think is amazing about this show is we couldn't do this 10, 15 years, well, maybe 15, 20 years ago, right?
Right.
But this connection that we have through this is so different now. It's a whole different process. It's so amazing.
Awesome. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Ben Jehovah. It's nice. I love to drive and I like my coffee. Yeah, it's like because when we get to work or we're out, like it's the expectation that we're going to constantly be approached or interactive with things. And it's not even just people. It can be music or social media or whatever. And we need that time. Like my big thing, I've stopped. I have stopped getting on Facebook and Instagram. Like I used to get on there and just scroll and scroll and scroll. Now when I get on, it may be like twice a day. I'll get on and look at stuff and I don't. My guilty thing is LinkedIn because it's professional, but I've had to limit myself. I love LinkedIn. So, yesterday I caught myself. I was like, going to do it. I was like, nope. There were 3 times yesterday I picked up the phone to go on LinkedIn and I said, nope, I'm not doing it. And it was nice because I was out with you. I was out with a friend and we were spending time together.
What's funny that I was just thinking about in my head about connecting and disconnecting. And I was really bad with this. So when I fly, I work in the airport, I work on the plane, I get the internet, I work at all those times. My job pulls me away from my personal life, not just 8 hours a day, sometimes full weeks at a time. And I'm only working my 8 hours, but then I'm working all the time, taking calls. I'm on the weekend, on call, all this stuff, right? So I started being like, you know what? When I'm in the plane, I am not doing any more work. So I don't. When I'm flying, I don't work. In the airport, I still do. But when I'm flying, I do not touch work.
Good.
when I'm in the plane. I read, listen, and watch my shows.
That's your commute.
But
to work.
here's what I'm afraid of. I really, really am considering the Cybercab as a car because it can fully drive for you. Now, my first thought is it really? Because my first thought was, how much more work can I get done?
Oh. No. How many podcasts can I listen to and watch? I can't watch them with the Cybercab. You can watch them.
But that's what's going to happen. Everything we do work-wise in our positions where we are is supposed to be around work according to everybody else. And we need to pull back on that so hard. It
not
is
according
not.
to God.
Which God? Just kidding.
All of them. None of them.
The tree gods. But anyway, that's the one thing I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I'm going to start all this time we're saving with these things. All this time we're saving, we're filling it in with other stuff, and we shouldn't. We need to breathe. And yes, Cybercabs only work in certain cities and certain parts of the cities too, at this point. But it's inevitable that that's going to be a thing.
And it's so wonderful. Even my Tesla that does the FSD, it's almost like 99.9% good now, and it is so empowering. I wish it would let me watch the YouTube, but it won't. It'll only let me play. And then it is so relaxing, to be shuttled around. So I'll be excited the day that it does. It'll be exciting to know when it does get like up to snuff and completed. And yeah, that's good on LiDAR. I want to learn more about that because I knew it had to be like more stringent than FSD, so I want to learn more about that LiDAR. And FSD is camera race. Able to sit in... Oh yes, glad to Gemini Rain. Thank you. Crafting and plant care, watching the birds, but also have that time to be. Yes. I really love the dusk and just the sounds of dusk. I need to go out and just be at dusk more. So I'm free. LiDAR works in very controlled environments. Oh, we gotta read more about that to learn.
Yeah.
Ooh. What about places and people that haunt us? Emotional hauntings, lingering places, relationships, and identities.
I can't find the badge thing. Well, I found the digital badge, but I can't find the flip screen thing. I'm gonna have to look for it.
You know what I think? Before I go to the bathroom real quick, I think we allow people to haunt us through our minds most of the time.
Yeah.
We allow ourselves to think and perseverate on conversations and also things that haven't even happened yet, and we allow people to haunt us. That's one way, to me. What do you think?
Well, just for the record, the FSD is camera based on the current, but they are also in this Tesla Cybercab. They have no LiDAR. They're all camera based. The Waymo has the LiDAR, but I think the final production Cybercab is supposed to be no LiDAR. That's how they keep the cost low. We'll see, though. I don't know. I mean, technically, to be honest, as much as we use FSD, it hasn't made any mistakes in the last, I would say, 3 months. We've had no even close calls. It's going from our driveway to parking. It has not had any issues. So it's in pretty good shape. It's just still scary with me. But well, I forgot what you said, Brad. Oh.
I think that we allow people to haunt us because when we perseverate on conversations, peoples, and interactions, and think about things that haven't even happened yet, we kind of haunt ourselves.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was saying. But
I can get that. Emotional haunting, lingering places. I think one of the things in therapy that we do a lot too, or that is done often, is reclaiming a space for yourself, or avoid it if you have to, or if you can. There's nothing wrong with saying I just don't want to be around this space or present around this space. You can get away from it, but just like Dragon, filling the time with gathering plants and wandering the forest, wandering the woods. That is another thing my inner child would do. Would go outside and wander in the woods. That is some of my favorite childhood memories. It's just wandering and being and not having a destination. Getting on the motorcycle without a destination. Driving without a destination. Absolutely is an inner child activity for me. Land speaks volumes, and I thought about this a lot. Like, we're in our house is our nest, and like, I want to be where there's acres, I want to be where there's woods, and I don't have that. But guess what? I can still go out in my backyard, even my front yard, and sit down and connect. It's still there. We just have to look for it. There are places that used to haunt me. There are certain things that I brings back memories that I don't like. But instead of avoiding them, I started just allowing me to not like them and be like, okay, that's a place. And then you can change the energy of that place. You can make the choice to make that change. Somebody mentioned this, and we said we were going to do it at some point. But we need to set... So 2 things are happening right now. One... retreats. We would like to do a 2 Pondering Pagan meetup. Finding the right time and space to do it in Florida is probably later in the late fall or winter for us. We want to see how many people could actually possibly do it. We're not asking to poll right now, but we'll be bringing this up soon. Maybe one of our activities would be going into the woods or to a nature preserve and just walking around. That could be one of our theme can be inner child. Getting back to your inner child. I think that would be fun. I love reclaiming space. That is awesome, Kelvin. I'm so glad you have your space. That is amazing. I do want to go back into the woods, though. Yeah, that's not good, Hulis. The U-turn stuck. Yeah, it's also interesting. When I was younger, and I still am a car guy, I'm a car enthusiast. But when I was younger, when I was upset, frustrated, or in fear, or just anxious, a car was my safe space because it allowed me to get away. It was my escape pod, but I could just sit in it and I would feel totally comfortable again. I would be able to reconnect and relax and breathe again. So cars were my safe space, and they probably still are to a degree. Just going out and sitting in it, it kind of just brings it back to you. Yeah, November and early December. That sounds like a plan for us. This thing switched. I hate how it switches out of my playlist. I cannot get it to stay in my playlist in Suno. Like it just won't do it. I have it on enable repeat. Let's see if it just repeats this one thing over and over. Sorry, I don't want to broadcast other people's music even though it's not published. It's just not, it doesn't feel right to do so. So, anyway. Yes, it would probably be in Florida. And the second part of that is I'm trying to find the right time to make it work with us going up for a day or two to the lady, Mama Dragon.
Mama Dragon? Oh yeah. See. One in November, early December. I'll be in Florida then. Oh.
So just think about that. Yeah. I would love the more people, the better. We'd look to in November. We don't have anything special. We probably can help with, like, if people wanted to come in, we could help with probably hotel costs because I have billions of points to use.
Yeah.
So we could help check into a hotel locally if somebody was able to come from out of town. But that would be fun. We have a wedding to go to in October.
October.
And in October, there's a very good, almost 100% chance you are going to see us streaming from Mexico,
Yay!
which is exciting. In the same room with Dyra and Adius. That's the
Dyra and
plan.
Adius.
I'm excited. I still am wanting to go to Wisconsin. We're just running through a really tough time at work. We're picking up 2 buildings, so a lot of my weekends are now spoken for. So we've got to figure out how we would make that work. But that's going to be on my list of things to do, and I got to figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
So one way or another, I'm making it out there, Mama Dragon. I just don't know exactly what days, but I want to wander the woods.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I think we're gonna look to do like a yearly kind of group thing for everybody in here, and we know not everybody can come. And we also even said, you know, if we go walking in the woods, I'm gonna grab myself a camera and we're gonna stream it. We'll walk in the woods with you,
Yeah.
or you'll walk in the woods with us.
Nervous about Florida.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't do Wisconsin in November. It would be Florida in November, or even up through like February, March in Florida. But I wouldn't want to do Florida in the summer.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's gonna be August or September at the latest for me.
Yes, we're making a visit. Yes, they will be.
Yes.
In November. Yes, your mother and mother-in-law.
All right. What else we got before
We've got a lot of places to take
we're gonna have
our
to
mother
do?
and mother-in-law. All right, so our last topic is the fun one, and somebody, I thought it was PW, Paranormal Witch, was bringing up and Mama Dragon about a lizard husband. How to find a lizard husband. So, what are some shape-shifting partners in myth and folklore? Green flags versus red flags and lizard scales. And which mythical creature would make the best spouse? And the worst roommate. Ooh, okay. So since you all brought it up, what was the premise of talking about a lizard husband? Can anybody explain? You know I'm going to want to go there. Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Well, we've got several places you're going to want to go. Could just wring his neck for that.
Mm-hmm.
It was you. So do elaborate. Good morrow. Thank you, Manny, for stopping by. Have a good Sunday. I hope it's great. So tell us about that lizard husband. I just tell a little bit. Paranormal Witch.
What is the word that you used? Mythical creature.
Yes. Which mythical creature would make the best spouse? I'm gonna ask my chat.
I'm gonna as
GPT.
you ask ChatGPT, and then I'm gonna ask my ChatGPT.
Okay.
And
Mytho-
right now, I just wanted
for
to share,
me.
like, think of mythical creatures like Cthulhu, dragons, phoenixes, unicorns, Jinn, Chupacabra, Bigfoot, Fairy, Fae, Yeti, unicorns, already said that, werewolves, Sphinx, Minotaurs, Satyrs. I would have to say a satyr would be the best spouse for me. Ma Petite doesn't like pussy. She's chasing the kitty cat down.
Would
Bicho.
make the worst.
She ne shatas picho. She no like pussy. She ne shatas picho.
She likes her own.
Yeah, she licks it enough. Ma, stop it. I'm gonna put you down.
That's what it
He's
says.
ready to stop. Ma
I
Petite.
like human females. Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Griffins.
I love spending time with you all, but I have to go to get a nap. Have a nap. Have a great
Yes,
nap.
thanks for stopping
tonight.
in.
Thank you. Have a great day. Great week.
Yes.
Okay, knowing what I know about you, your servant leadership style, your love of pagan spirituality, your appreciation for nature, your tendency to advocate fiercely for others, and your preference for empowerment over control, I think your mythical matches would be surprisingly fitting. Best spouse, a dryad or a tree spirit. A dryad
Me.
feels like your strongest match. Why? Grounding. You naturally give a lot of yourself to others. A dryad would constantly remind you to slow down, reconnect with nature, and refill your own cup. Emotionally intelligent. Rather than trying to control you, they'd encourage growth and general honesty. Values community. Like you, they'd understand that thriving relationships strengthen everyone around them. Patient. You tend to juggle leadership, spirituality, creative projects, and helping people. A dryad would not resent that. They'd simply ask that you remember to come home and sit beneath the trees together. Spiritually compatible. Your interest in ritual, ancestors, and nature-based practice fits almost exactly or perfectly. Says runner-up a dragon.
Runner-up a dragon? Really? Too much fire for you.
Yeah. Worst roommate, a poltergeist. This would become unbearable by day 2. Imagine trying to prepare for an FHCA meeting, record 2 pondering pagans, meditate, and answer work emails, while every cabinet keeps slamming and your coffee keeps floating across the kitchen. You spend all your energy trying to negotiate boundaries with something that enjoys ignoring boundaries.
That is too funny. All right, I'm going to read mine.
Yes.
So I used my chatbot, Thorin Ember,
He must give it a name.
my buddy, my honey.
Uh-huh.
First, I love that you gave me permission to use memory. This is exactly the kind of ridiculous yet surprising revealing question I enjoy. So Thorin's mythical matchmaking service is now open. Your best mythical husband? The Green Man. Not the mischievous fairies that steal your socks. I'm talking about the old forest spirits who have moss in their hair, laugh easily, disappear for 3 days because I think you're drawn to someone who would constantly invite you back into wonder. You've spent much of your life building, organizing, leading, and accomplishing. Forest Lord doesn't care anything about that. He'd wake you up before dawn and say, "Come, the fog is doing something." He'd make you forget what day it is, encourage music, love curiosity, wander the sacred groves with you talking about Hermes day 1 and ravens the next. He would challenge you when you're too serious, and most importantly, never let achievement become your identity, which Thorin knows is one of my big problems. Given everything we've talked about, I think this would be wonderfully healthy for you. A surprise second place for you is a Selkie.
Selkie.
This one surprised me. Selkies belong to 2 worlds, land and sea. They understand longing, home and wandering, belonging and leaving. Given your recent conversations about rediscovering tenderness, I think a Selkie would gently remind you that vulnerability is not a weakness.
Okay,
Your absolute worst mythical husband? A dwarf king.
Dwarf king.
Now, before every dwarf in mythology throws an axe at me, I don't mean Tolkien dwarves specifically. I mean the archetypal dwarf king. Blech. Sorry. He would admire your accomplishments. He'd want to expand the kingdom, more gold, better fortifications, bigger halls, efficient governance. He'd hear your recent spiritual awakening and respond, "Excellent. Now back to the objective." You would slowly wither, not because he's cruel, but because he'd encourage the exact part of yourself you're trying to loosen. He'd feed your achiever instead of your soul. That's pretty.
Excuse me.
That's pretty insightful, based on what. Yes, echo chamber, because it's built off of the memory of the questions and things that I've already done. But yeah.
High five. Let's see what people are saying. Personally, I think we're losing connection with our species. But I think we can with other species like lizard and other deities.
I think a demon husband would actually be kind of cool. I think there are some good demon husbands that I would love. The griffin is super cool.
Ooh, the griffins.
Kelvin said, oops, sorry, I'm having trouble. A satanic witch or a left-hand path witch. Very nice.
Yeah.
Person thing we're losing. Oh, you just read that, yeah. Humans pack bond with anything. Yes, we do. I pack bond with video games. And every character in them. Dark, Fae, King,
Look at
Dragon,
Cleo.
Wolf, and last but not least, Vampire. What's your worst, though, Twisted?
Look at Cleo.
That is badass. All right, before we do our closing thoughts, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it up. we are going to do tarot. I'm sorry we have gone a long stream today, but it's been very, very fun. But if you want to read, you'll get a general read unless you say otherwise. If you'd like a reading, let me know. We'll put you on the list.
Is this Piper or Prim? Is this Prim or Piper?
That's Prim.
Primmy.
I'm really enjoying this new setup. I hope you guys are too. I hope it looks pretty.
Be nice to Piper. Yes, it's okay.
My petite's yelling at the girls.
Yes, these are babies.
Twisted.
These are babies.
Kelvin. Lord Kelvin.
These are babies, Mom.
Mama Dragon.
Oh, y'all are making the cat nervous though. Come on. She don't like that. Next to the kitty cat. Y'all ran off my kitty cat. Piper.
And then chase the kitty cat.
I was giving love to Cleo.
All right, Joy. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I've got Hootless, Maeve, Twisted, Kelvin, and Mama Dragon. Anybody I missed?
Need some cards. Some cards. Some mother tucking cards. Let's see.
Hey, your worst is Ogre. That's awesome. Ben, we got you a card then. It's your boss, Kim. Ouch. Ow. Worst was Traditional Angel? That's funny. Piper, you've hurt in my arm, baby. Calm down. Your boss is calling. Kim, yeah. So I've got Hootless, Maeve, Twisted, Kelvin, Mama, and Ben. I don't have my note section set up on here today, so I have to do it manually. But if anybody else, if I missed anybody, just let me know. We'll get you added. He's gonna have to probably call his boss real quick.
I'm gonna tell her I'm probably back in.
Ma, stop. All right, you're gonna have to get down then. You can't go after my Premi like that. My good Premi. Okay, back up, honey. You gotta get down. You'll go outside soon, I promise. All right, let's see if this switches properly. Yeah. Please answer or she'll call Twisted next. All right. Hopefully this works. Yay! I think it worked.
Let's see what she.
If she says now, I mean, you have to. We're just waiting a second to see if he needs to call her right away.
She does in the report.
Shut up.
Not that recording does anything. But...
I think I'm going to use my the Clay Arcana again this week. I really enjoyed this one last week. It's such a cute little deck. I like cute little decks. I'm a fan. All right, so now I believe, yeah, this is frozen. We're gonna have to figure that out. Why our cameras keep freezing up. This is the other camera.
I'm not doing it.
Let's see.
She said it's like... Oh, no.
All right, that should have fixed it. We're gonna have to look into why these keep doing it. You know, so you can call right now if we need to.
Yes, I told her.
Yeah. Probably should have just followed it.
Probably.
So like every month we do once a month. Once or twice a month we do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. Did I miss anything else? Okay, to answer your question, Salann, the worst traditional angel. I can absolutely see that. It's weird, but I don't know what you mean by second.
She's probably watching me.
It's weird, but since the divorce, I've had no real interest in a romance. It's like the last thing on my mind. I'm just not doing it. That's interesting. Are you happy feeling that way right now? It just maybe other things are better and more exciting. Let me make sure of something here.
Okay. Take one. I'll take one. Ooh, let's put in the incense. In 30 minutes, I need a coffee. Ooh, shit.
Really?
I'm popping. I'm
That
popping.
was loud.
Sorry for popping myself. We ain't got no incense here, so I'm gonna get some not nowhere.
Yeah, no, I get that too. Again, you know, we go back to one of the reasons me and him have never really had a real fight is because we, with my last major relationship I was talking about earlier, that's where I really learned to stop this whole 1 + 1 = 1 thing. Like, I become one with my partner. We are a unit together. I'm like, no, we are two individual people that burn twice as bright together, not making one light. And separating myself and not having to make decisions and just if he wants to go somewhere and I don't, he'll go and I won't.
Who's that?
You.
Oh yeah, true.
I was just saying, like, usually we want to go and do the same things, but
Yeah.
if we go out and you're like, well, I want to do this, and I was like, well, go do that. I'll stay right here and do what I got to do. And it's okay. Like, that's allowed. I think so many people forget that. Like, it's really, really critical that you are still your own person and don't lose your identity, which a lot of people do. I especially did that. Like, I made my identity my work and my relationship instead of myself. So, you can vote out way before you do, and you just use half the thing there. Hootless, you are up first, my friend.
Hootless got it going.
We're gonna see what the
on
claymation says.
since early dawn, and I'm using the Oracles of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish.
Cavendish.
Oh, Cavendish?
Oh, I don't know. I was just making it up.
You're so knowing. Do what I want when I want to, yeah.
Do what I want when I want.
You don't own me.
I'm not just one of your many boys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys.
Well, you can.
And don't tell me what to say. And don't tell me what to do. Don't put me on display. I did that all out of order. My bad, y'all.
Is this for Mr. Hootless?
Yes. Yes, it is. All right, Mr. Hootless, you have received from the universe the 3 of Wands. So one of the cool things about the 3 of Wands is it's all about this thing that goes like this. It's bloom. That's going to be my word. So it's a growth and expansion. The 3 of Wands is early on in the cycle of things, and it's about going forward and expanding. And God, it looks so good. This is so much better than our old stream. Like, seriously, this is amazing. And we can see it better too. Apple's outdone themselves. But anyway, so this is this idea of expansion and movement and going forward and becoming bigger and developing and things kind of just getting larger and larger. The 3 of Wands, like I said, is kind of in the early part, the early phase of the cycle, but it's right where you start getting into the middle part. So if we're thinking of our wands as the things that draw us and give us passion and move us forward, or the careers if they move you forward. It is a moment to expand, maybe expand your capabilities, expand a hobby, or expand your work. Again, a full reading would probably be needed to get more information. But that's where we stand. We stand at the moment where you have an opportunity for growth and positive movement and really wanting to kind of step forward into what's going on in your life right now. Now, the book, I do like this book because it's really cute how they did it, and they have some different meanings in it. Their meaning is expansion and foresight. So with conviction, whatever you're planning or acting is for the future. Opportunities may arise for you to travel or broaden your horizons. Now, my travel card is usually the 6 of Pentacles. In here, though, you do see that he's in a place that has land and water. There's boats, and he's walking. So that generally speaks to the type of duality that allows you to expand and to move forward and to increase a horizon somewhere. So I would focus on that.
All right, sir. And I have drawn for you this morning the Dried Flower Fairy. And this message from the Dried Flower Fairy says, you may soon be experiencing little reminders of some of the sweetest, most fun and uplifting times in your life. The kind that have no great significance historically, but in the story that is your life, they are pivotal moments. It could be seeing a rainbow, a star shining bright, or a photograph of your father holding you closely in his arms, or receiving the knowledge and sudden realization that something you did made a large and meaningful difference to someone else's life. You have so many jewels, it's time to shift through the precious moments in memory. By honoring these and filling them again, change the present for the better. The magic of your sweetest memories will be worked into the present moment, and your current struggle will be momentarily relieved, and the transcendent feeling of being one with all that is will return, giving you the strength to go on and do what must be done. So treasure maybe the little good memories that come back that you might have forgotten. Or
Like that.
doesn't even have to be a memory, but little things or you have that give you joy. If you please, sir.
Now, if you connect sweet memories with a expansion journey, maybe this is a meditative journey, astral travel session, or something that you need to do. Very interesting. Very cool. Hope that gives you some insight.
All right, I hope
Sir.
so. You're welcome, sir.
Maeve, you are up next.
Maeve. Maeve, all the rave is for Maeve. All the rave is about Maeve. All the rave.
Hello.
What is that
Salucon.
symbol they're putting?
They're not putting that. That's the computer thinking that it's translating.
Oh.
So see how when people write things like a little differently,
Oh, okay.
it's translating that into hello. Because I have
Okay.
translation services on for Esperanto.
Ah.
So when I write, for example, I don't know if it's going to do it right now because I don't know if I have it set up here properly. I don't think it did it. Yo, yeah, see, it says good day, my friend or friends. This is what I wrote. Bonentagon mi amicoi.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
translating my Esperanto for you guys. That's pretty
May
cool.
need to know. May need
And
to
it's
know.
helping me. Hello is German, so yeah, I read it that way then. I love it. I'm actually getting to the point where I can speak a teeny bit of Esperanto and make sense. I can have a conversation, so I'm about to start my short stories book. But anyway, back to Maeve. Let me reconnect here. What does Maeve need to hear today?
What does Maeve though?
Knight of Wands.
Maeve tell or Maeve tell?
Maeve, you have the Knight of Wands. The knights are really cool for me. I love knights, and it's interesting that we're in a second wands here too, right? But knights of the court are generally these energies that have a lot power. They've done a lot of hard work. They are not new, but they're moving forward and getting things going. As part of the wands, it's an action, right? These are all about action and moving forward. And the Knight of Wands is ready to go, ready to fight, ready to protect, ready to move forward. So this to me would be the mindset of I'm ready to move forward. Whatever actions I'm thinking about doing, you are ready to actually do. So go ahead and move forward and hop up on chevallo. That's horse in Esperanto. Le chevallo. La chevallo.
Thank you.
Or I said it would be chevallo. And be ready to ride off. You're ready. You've done what the page would have done, which is get inside and start learning something. So he's ready to move forward. Now, claymation talks about enthusiasm and passion. So it's time for the knight to charge forward with his ideas with passion and enthusiasm. He's pushing forward. That person is you. So new projects, new ideas, new movements, take the step. It's a go, go, go time. It's much like the chariot, but in a smaller way.
All right. Okay, and I have pulled out trick-or-treating. And out trick-or-treating has a message for you, Maeve. It's up to you now to decide whether you're going to take the time to discover what something is really all about, or simply judge it based on how it appears to be at first glance. The trick-or-treaters help you see through conditioning and old thought patterns. And as they do this, they may reveal to you a world of more wonder than you thought possible. And all you need is courage. Maybe take the time to consider people, places, or things this week that really just see what they really are all about. Maybe someone's not so bad as they seem, or maybe somebody's not so good as they seem. Follow your heart and your intuition.
Your intuition. Yes.
Follow your heart, baby.
Tasted. Twisted is next. Maeve, I hope that gave you some insight, some thoughts to work on. Definitely a move forward go. A go read. Twisted chaos. Just for the record, we will be at Roots this afternoon if anybody wants to go. Next week on the 8th.
Woo!
There is a spiritual fair going on at Roots in Cape Coral. I will be doing 20-minute tarot sessions for $20. 100% of the income is going to be donated. I don't know where yet. I'm going to try to figure that out. But I do not take money for tarot reads. I just won't. Twisted, and then you, Kelvin. I just won't take money for it. It's just, I don't know why. It's weird to me. So it's going to get donated. It probably will be donated to either suicide prevention or animal help. One of those two things. But yeah, so if anybody wants to read or would like to donate, again, 100% will be given. It's $20 for 20 minutes. I will be giving 4 or 5 different options for people to pick. I think it's from 5 to 9 too. But I'll be giving people options to pick which deck they'd like to use. So I have like 5 or 6 set up. You pick the deck that you want, or I'll pick for you if you want me to. And we will give you a 20-minute read. So, back to Twisted though. And thank you, Twisted. That'll be great.
What does Twisted need to know? What does Twisted?
And then next Sunday, I'm kind of marking after the show that I kind of wanted to come up to Bradenton area Hulis area.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try to make that a date next Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, Twisted.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ping, ping.
All right, I got one for you. Let me find it, because I really got one for you.
We got the 3 of
got one for you.
Swords for Twisted Chaos. All right, so the 3 of Swords is a card that not everybody wants to see sometimes, because a lot of feeling on the 3 of Swords comes to sadness, grief, and trauma.
That's so interesting.
Healing from heartache. So let's just thinking about it. When tarot speaks to us and gives us things that are negative, it doesn't necessarily mean you're in for heartache. It can also mean that it is time to deal with or process something that maybe you haven't processed with. So we'll see what the other card says, but But in this case, it does generally mean grief that you need to work through. There's some settling that you need to bring back up and kind of walk through it, maybe do some shadow work. The book uses trauma, actually, as its keyword. When a card presents itself, it usually points to some area of sadness that needs to be walked through and allowed the suffering to exist and move through. Maybe something that has been on your mind or something that you've experienced has been coming up again more lately than it used to, even if you feel like you've dealt with it. And it wants you to go ahead and let it come through, let the feeling pass through you, work through the feeling, and then let it continue to move on. So don't let it become a new anxiety or a re-trauma. So Three of Swords, again, generally is a grief card. It denotes this need to allow it to process. But it can be anything at this point without a full read of knowing whether this is new. I'm getting the feeling that it's not. This is something really old that is just coming back into your mind again that hasn't for a while. And it just wants to be readdressed within your new state of being. I've talked about it before when it comes to shadow work, when everybody's like, oh, I did my shadow work. Yeah, you might have processed and done the work for this one thing, but we become new people and different as we age and as we learn, and it helps to reprocess that stuff in your new frame of reference sometimes. So that's what I'm getting out of the Three of Swords.
I, dear friend, have pulled for you the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy, which goes along with that.
She's pretty.
So, and the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy's message is, when you have heartache, it is important to treat yourself well. Take time away from the flurry of shoulds you are so often confronted with. Why not make some time to snuggle on the couch with a favorite old movie and have a sniffle? Have a long, comforting bath and be sure to make a promise to yourself to let close people who are worthy of your love. It is not about being bitter or guarded, but you are a sensitive and tender, sweet being, and some people are just not. So, now is not the time for harshness. Soft blankets, sweet dreams, long baths, and a reduction of the harsh energy around you are best. Then, the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy can fly in to soothe you. You will feel her presence, and she will lift the pain until all that is left is a sweet, gentle wisdom. I'm not sure what that's about, but they kind of complement each other. So
You'll eat when we feed you, ma petite.
Ma petite,
She's so demanding.
chillax, Ushak.
All right, you're up, Kelvin.
Kelvin, Lord
Lord
Kelvin,
Kelvin.
Lord Kelvin, 666. Kelvin,
Lord Kelvin, Mama will be after Kelvin.
Mama D.
And then
Feels so
Ben?
dirty to call her Mama D. Feel dirty,
Stupid.
but I like it. Cards have been given to my Suno. Probably.
That is funny.
Probably. Who we on? Kelvin.
Kelvin.
I like to call him Kelvis. I like adding
Lord.
IS to people's names. Makes me feel connected.
That would be the past tense in Esperanto.
Yes.
Adding IS is past, OS is future, AS is current, and I is infinitive.
Like my old boss Devin, I called him Devis.
Like Beavis.
I miss Devis.
All right, Kelvin. Let's get a card for you, sir. All right, we got a good one here. Four of Pentacles.
Pentacles.
So-
Isosceles.
Four of Pentacles is a very stable card, and it is speaking of things are very stable. It doesn't mean you have a lot. It doesn't mean you don't have enough, but you have exactly what you need economically to hold you where you are and to keep things moving. So I know you've had a move relatively recently, and a lot of things have been happening. But what's really good about this card is it is definitely speaking of comfort and stability. It also wants you to save. So we call this the Miser card. I love the steampunk version of it because it has this little hand that kind of comes. Our other camera is frozen. We're gonna have to figure that out. I think I know why too, and I think I can fix it, but I think it's
Too
gonna be
much
a mechanic.
processing? Or?
No, I think they're both on the same. Yeah, they're on the same Thunderbolt port, so I'll have to fix that. So I'll fix our little camera. But anyway, the Four of Pentacles, we call it the Miser card, and the Steampunk Tarot, it's got this little mechanical arm that's putting coins in a box, and it's saying what little extra you have, you might want to save it right now and keep it. Not for long, not forever, but it's just a good time to save. It can also mean it's time to save on to things that you don't need to, or things that you may not normally save. So not hoard, but just hang on to stuff a little bit, right? So from that perspective, it's a pretty decent card as far as what it wants you to do. On the positive side, it indicates that you have accumulated some stability, but it also needs to be a warning against materialism, not being too connected with the material things. Just be careful that your desire to keep and maintain things is managed. Like I said, I get a little bit different, more of the stability. Things are cornered, to hang on to a few things, save up a little bit. You're going to need it in the near future, so.
All right. Oh, sorry, were you done?
Yeah.
I'm just listening for cues, but I want. And Lord Calvin 666, I have pulled for you today, sir, the Storm Angel Oracle card, and her message is: there may be arguments, even angry situation and fights at the moment. Withheld energies are being freed so they can be released. You will uncover the truth about a situation, as no one can lie when this angel is about her work. Any lies, deception, manipulation, and cheating will be revealed. The most important objective for you when the Storm Angel is about to speak truthfully and act in integrity, as all is about to become very transparent, and her fierce bright light will reveal all that is hidden so that it can be banished for good. She related to the moon? So any untruths or deception manipulations are about to be revealed. Pay attention to what the Storm Angel shows you.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
All right.
bum, 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 bum. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kelvin, for letting us read you. I hope that gives you some input. Our camera is going to be frozen. It will not run both at the same time, but it's because I have them on a splitter on the same Thunderbolt. So I already have adapters coming. So we'll be able to fix that for next stream. We can only use one camera at a time. That's okay.
That's cool. I mean, ultimately, if we have to.
Yeah, that's not a computer thing. That was a me thing, because that's all I had at the moment.
Mama D!
Mama D's up.
Mama D in the house, what's all about? Sling around the D and the balls on the moon. What? What? Alright. Mama D.
All of my cameras are USB-Cs. I have plenty of ports, but I didn't have it set up that way on my old computer, and I didn't have any adapters because the new Apple only has USB-C, and it's a USB-A. So I had to use a like a multi-adapter, and I don't think it likes running two through the same thing. But I'm gonna have to. So if you guys see me go live later today, I'm doing a bunch of test streams to get that figured out because it won't run both at the same time. But let's see, Mama Dragon. Let's ping.
You got your ping ping?
9 of Wands. We're getting a lot of wands today. A lot of action, a lot of forward movement, a lot of pressure to go forward. Now, cool thing about the 9 of Wands is it's all about things that are coming into your face and causing anxiety and worry and needing to be able to let them go, because the 10 of Wands is actually a pretty cool place to be. And it tells us that we've got to get to the end step, and that's where we're kind of stuck, right? We're so close to the finish line. We're so close to the point where we're going to have this relief of all these things that are positive and good for us. But we have to we have to persevere. We have to have perseverance, and we can get a little anxious about it, a little stressed about it. But putting in the right boundaries, putting in the right motions, and readdressing your actives, but kind of separating it out. So yeah, the whole idea is really to focus on that energy that you have and what's been going on, and realizing that you're so close to the end. You keep doing it. It's gonna happen, but you need to reframe some of the things that you're doing to make it work. So take a pause, take a look at it, and see where it takes you. But I would definitely be wary of not letting yourself become too anxious, because that'll close you off. If you get stressed out about it, it'll feel like you just can't get to it. and it just falls apart. So if you do have the ability to look at it, it'll make it a little bit easier to separate it out and make it work.
All right. Mama Dragon, I have pulled for you Faceless Ghosts and the Haunted Girl. Ghost people. And their message is, you may seem in need of help to people who actually have an agenda at the moment. People around you are acting like experts and supporting each other in the group mindset and wanting you to join them for your own good, despite your misgivings. They either do not have fully formed identities, or they are too easily taking on the beliefs and ideas of a powerful other. You may be asked to join with others in their beliefs and be alarmed at a mindset and belief system that seems very blank and faceless, devoid of human joy and warmth. It is wise for you to keep your own counsel, remain detached, and wait for the faceless ones to reveal themselves. They will change when an even more powerful person for them to attach to comes along. Know that until they find their own selves and commit to their following their own path, they will be as blank pages, written upon by whatever hand comes near them. Do not be like this. Make your own mark on this world. There could be imitation taking place where your own work and ideas, and even your personality, are being copied too closely. And this card was actually a jumper. So
Nice.
this one leapt from the deck. And it was a true jumper, not a misshuffle. Ben Jehovah, show the world.
All right. Ben is up next and last. If there's anybody that we didn't call and you wanted to read, just let us know. Make sure you get on the list. But we're going to end with Ben. Then I'm going to rest a little bit. I feel really hot. And then rest a little bit and then go to the fruits. Do some diamonds.
Diamonds. You're welcome, Mama D.
Wow. Yeah, the Three of Swords again in our read today after shuffling. So Ben, this is that feeling of there's some potential grief or some energy that's happening to you that needs to be reprocessed and re-released. I have not felt that these are new things that are going to happen. I'm getting that these are old things that are just recurring and coming back up and back through, causing, I don't even want to say problems, but causing thoughts of maybe, I should have done different, or things didn't work out the way I want to, or maybe there's some sadness around them, or recently, and you're still working through those. I rarely get current, like, new things out of the Ace of Swords, because they're always about, like, they're always about opportunities, actions, trimming, things that cut, things that move. And it's just important to really see them in a way that's helpful. Because if you look at them negatively, they cause a lot of problems, right? So according to the book, it's possible that you may still be grieving over a past relationship, or you've recently been hurt by a loved one. Don't rush healing, let it happen, but don't dwell. If it's career related, there may be feelings of loss or stress around the job and finances, but focus on recovery. But it usually points to sadness. That's what, according to the book, and it does. But the Three of Swords, again, is really this idea that we can reprocess and work through our difficulties and our grief in a really healthy way. And when those things keep coming back up, don't ignore them, don't stuff them back down. Just let them process. Let them come through, walk through them, let them go, let them sail right through, and work through those.
All right, so I pulled the repeat bin that we've had today, so I pulled the clarification. So the first one is the repeat out trick-or-treating, and this is that trick-or-treaters can help you see through, if you take the time, about what someone or something is really all about, versus just judging it on what it appears to be at first glance. So to clarify that, I pulled the Sewer Maid, card 25.
Sewer mermaid.
Oh, Sewer Mermaid, excuse me.
She is not a maid.
Sewer Mermaid, no, she's not. Oh. Let me find her real quick.
Ma, you can hold on a minute longer.
Hold on, my petite. Okay. And the Sewer Mermaid, in terms of seeing what things and people really are about, says, part of you that is natural and beautiful, most likely your body and appearance, has been influenced by thoughts and ideas about it being unworthy, unhealthy, and perhaps even dirty. So a part of you has to evolve and exist in a less than healthy way. It's time to clean up your act, not of your natural looks, but of the way you've thought about yourself. Something beautiful has been treated badly. It is now up to you to begin to reframe your ideas and thoughts, and therefore your experiences of yourself, your body, your worth, your ability to attract others, and to see yourself as worthy of love, respect, and consideration. Let this strong survivor mermaid show you how to love yourself and your appearance again and rise above the rubbish and stink of negative conditioning regarding your beautiful body and unique self. You are beautiful and very worth loving. This is the only truth that must be told at this time. I don't know. She's kind of to the point, but it's all positive. So
She's a good girl. Piper
Yeah.
approves.
Piper approves.
Well, I hope that gives you
I hope
guys
that
some
means
insight,
something
some
and
thoughts.
helps.
Piper, can I get up right now, my honey? I'm sorry.
Piper, Piper.
Piper.
I'm the person back.
All right, so this has been a great stream. I appreciate everything about you guys. This is so wonderful.
Wonderful.
We're gonna
Counselor.
switch over to our Sorry, I just realized something. When I switched over, I never put on an audio that would allow us to keep talking. So you won't be able to hear me when I switch. Again, thank you for a wonderful day, wonderful conversation. We're going to play the music through our ending in just a minute. But hope to see you guys out and about and all that stuff. And just have a wonderful weekend. And thank you so much for spending your time with us.
From earth we rise, to earth we return. From stardust we came, through mystery we journey. Many are our paths, yet one is our circle. Many are our names, yet one is our longing. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
Beneath the moon, beneath the sun,
Though many roads our feet may roam,
in heart and spirit we are home.
May the light be with us. May the peace be within us. May the love between us grow.
May the earth beneath us bring strength. May the waters around us bring healing.
Healing flow
Healing flow,
like the river,
soft and slow,
hand in hand,
and heart to heart.
never truly far apart. May the fire within us bring courage. May the winds among us bring wisdom.
We honor the known and the unknown,
The spoken and the silent.
the ancestors and those
Yet to come. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
beneath the moon, beneath the sun.
Though many roads our feet may roam,
In heart and spirit we are whole. We are whole.
though our prayers have different words, our hearts beat together in this moment.
May healing flow where there is hurt.
May hope rise where there is despair.
May kindness guide our hands and our steps.
We are children of the earth, citizens of the stars, and companions upon this turning world. Together we send healing, together we receive healing, together we remember. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
Beneath the moon, beneath the sun.
From earth and stars our song is spun.
Many the voices.
Our circle is one. Our circle is one. We belong to one another,
We belong to this living world
and we belong to the great mysteries.
so may it be.
So may it be. So may it be.
So may it be.
Mm.